Good evening, everyone. It's Wednesday, it's the middle of the week, and that of course means it's time for some more good old Warframe. Welcome in, one and all. How are we doing today? Hope you are doing well where you are around the world. Korokop with the immediate hydrate, of course. Hello there, Korokop. Cheers on that. So I thought, say, miss one day of a Warframe stream gets a core drop. I mean, that goes to show that you shouldn't be missing streams, should you? You know, that's what happens when you miss one. That's what happens. I end up grabbing myself a fast hands mod here, and I go into that, and I select legendary core, and yeah, let's not do that. I've done that joke. But yes, I did get a legendary core. Very nice. Second I've ever got from a sortie. Second I have ever got. I thought so. That goes to show bring negative looks to stream. I don't think it quite works that way. I don't think you have that much of an impact on the stream, and certainly not a negative one. Flow thoughts, nah. I don't think it works that way. But welcome in, everyone. How is everyone doing today? I've been focusing on Citrine, understandably. I mean, it is a brand new Warframe. Trying to figure out all the bits and pieces that go into making this frame work. Asking all the questions which aren't answered in the game. Oh boy! Are there a lot of questions that this Warframe conjures up. And I really do mean a lot of them. Even going so far as to testing it with 10% strength. To see what happens to this ability when you're in that situation. Oh my god. Haven't figured out the weird multiplier in 4. I've reported it as a bug, and D have responded to something to the lines of, oh, we'll look into that. So, I haven't figured it out, and currently I don't know if DE have figured it out. Let's put it that way. I've reported multiple bugs from this update, and we'll just leave it in their capable hands to deal with. Quite frankly. The problem is that one I'm fairly certain is a bug, and I've not just reported the weird damage multiplier, but also the wonky hitboxes. There are other things going on with Citrine which I don't understand if it's a bug or not. And the problem is that DE don't use keyword terminology. Let me demonstrate exactly what I mean on this for you. If I open up the abilities tab here, we got the passive. Citrine grants nearby allies, blah 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 blah. And then we've got Preserving Shell. Citrine guards herself and nearby allies, blah 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 blah. So this says nearby allies, and this says nearby allies, okay? So do these two abilities target the same things? The answer is of course no. The answer is of course no. This one will target you and other Warframes within affinity range. Whereas this one will heal you and other Warframes and companions and excavators and sortie defense operatives, but it won't heal defense consoles, both in defense and mobile defense. Which means that the type of defense mission you're on will also determine if this is active or not on your objective. So, yeah, excavators as well. Excavators are healed by the passive. I checked that. I went in with Avara, stood next to your excavator invisibly whilst it took damage, and sure enough, the health was going down whilst it was being hit, but it wasn't constantly regenerating whilst the enemies were firing at it. But when Citrine was near to it, the excavator was healing. Yes. And that is just one of many things. Like, for example, how this says nearby allies and this says nearby allies. And we have to just acknowledge that that means in affinity range. But fun fact, affinity range has 4 different modifiers available to it. You have got the Vazarin Focus School Mending Unity. You have got Phosphor. Those flares you can get from, was it Nakak in Cetus? You have the fact that on the open world you have an increased affinity range. And in Railjack you have infinite affinity range. So you've got those 4 modifiers to affinity range. Now chat, given that these two abilities, passive and Preserving Shell, are based on affinity range, and that those 4 things affect affinity range, do you think that these two abilities have a wider area because of those bonuses?
Good evening.
Good evening, Holy Moondog. How are you doing today? Thank you very much for resubscribing. 11 months now, so close to the full pot. You're an absolute legend, Holy Moondog. Cheers on that. Cheers indeed. Let's see, so Flow Thoughts here, I don't think they do. Vlad has just learned that Railjack has infinite range. Well, there we go. Mexon is completely lost. Max Match Day, only assume yes on Phosphor. Interesting. Probably somehow Tesseract range is wrapped. Or say absolutely, but no matter what I say, it's going to be wrong because DE. Hey, Fork understands. Fork understands. So, all of you are wrong, except for Fork, technically. But all of you are wrong. Because it's not none of them, and it's not Phosphor. This and this both have their range increased by the Vazarin Focus School Mending Unity if it is on your Focus School, but not on your allies. However, Phosphor does not increase it, the Open World Affinity Range increase does not increase it, and the Railjack Infinite Affinity Range does not increase it. So it is Affinity Range, which is 50 meters, and only 50 meters, even where Affinity Range is not 50 meters, unless you have the Focus School bonus to make it 75 meters, but only if you have it, not if your allies have it, even though that would put you and them in Affinity Range. Oh hey, there's a dev stream coming. So, yeah, and this is just a snippet of the kind of things I go through to try and figure out what the hell is going on in this game. Like confirming, can this drop multiple health orbs? The answer is yes. Like confirming, the damage, does the slash proc count the entire ability damage? The answer is yes. Like looking into this, where it says 3% and 1%, is it actually 3% and 1%? The answer is yes and no. Yes, it is 3% base. No, it is not 1% base. Damage reduction bonus on assist. It is actually 1.5%. We already have, for example, here you see the range has a decimal point, but for some reason on the single digit percentages, they didn't put a decimal point. And now this means that someone has gone and filled in the wiki, stated it is 3% and 1%, and I've got to bring this up actually. This is why I go to the lengths I do, and I can't even refer to the wiki for new stuff. Let me bring this up real quickly here. Let's make sure, yep, I've got the correct section for this. Sorry, flashbang, by the way. Should have warned you, but there we go. If we go on down to Preserving Shell, you'll see on here it says plus 3% damage reduction per kill, plus 1% damage reduction per assist. Wrong. And it says over to, where is it? Here we are. It says modded damage reduction per kill percentage in decimals is rounded down to the nearest whole number, whereas per assist is rounded up. They put this on the wiki in italics, whoever did this, and they are wrong! Wrong! Absolutely wrong, people! Don't be writing into the wiki if you've not even checked the most basic of details to verify if you are correct or not. This is wrong! And I can easily demonstrate that. Because if I just go, not into there, if I type into here, strength, let's go grab ourselves a bunch of strength. How about we get that, and we get this, and we get, oh, let's go for the Umbral one. There we go. And, you know, I feel like going for a little bit of power drift on here. We got room for more stuff? Oh, yes, we have. We got some Augur secrets on there. Loads of strength. And let's have a look at this now. Oh, look at that. 10% and 5%. It's almost as if it is a 2-to-1 ratio, not a 3-to-1 ratio. How hard is it to check? Now, I don't want to get too mad at whoever wrote that bit of the wiki, because I understand this game doesn't try to make it simple. If you just looked at the base ability and you saw 3% and 1%, you'd be like, well, yeah, I guess it's 3% or 1% because the game is telling me it's 3% or 1%. It's not. It's 3% and 1.5%. The reduction on kill doesn't round down and reduction assist round up. They both just round down to the next whole number. That's what it is. So this is what I can't even refer to the wiki because, unfortunately, until enough people have taken the time to look over it all, you don't know. And so I just have to go through it bit by bit myself. Because even the tooltips, basically they're lying to you. It says 1%, but it's actually 1.5%. And, you know, that's not a small difference. That's not a small difference. That kind of stacks up, and it then confuses everyone else trying to understand what's going on. There's also then the fact that I've gone into checking out the range on this prismatic gem, checking out what happens if you're in the aura, what happens if the enemy's in the aura, what happens if you're both in the aura. And then there's the fact of the damage. We did the testing of the damage on a different stream and found that anti-mowers were taking double damage for some reason. Why the anti-mowers were... Anti-mowers are a pain in the ass. Don't use them for testing anything. And then checking the status chance and the status duration from this ability. Is it additive to mods? Is it separate from mods? Is it absolute bonuses or not? Turns out it's modded. And then if we get to this ability here, critical chance 300%, status chance, status duration 100%, 100%. So looking at those values, do they act in the same way? Neither of them say plus, they just say this is what the percentage is. So is it an override? Is it a buff? Is it additive? Is it modded? Is it multiplicative? What is it? Well, it turns out these are modded bonuses and that one is an override bonus, so just... And I've been having a lot of fun. Figuring out all the different bits going on with Citrine. I think I've got it all down. The 4 is absolute. No, the 4 is an override. An absolute bonus takes the value as written and adds it on to what you've got. Such as, for example, Arcane Avenger is 45 percentage points higher critical chance whilst it's active. That one, however, Citrine's 4th ability is an override. It sets your crit chance to that value, even if it was higher. Which is a different bonus again, yeah. Harrow's 4 is absolute too. Harrow's 4 is absolute, yes. It's an absolute bonus. Whereas, for example, Smeetagivat will give you an override bonus to your crit chance, whereas Adazagivat gives you an absolute bonus. Just to make this even more complicated, in my damage calculation guide, I called out 3 different types of bonuses, but actually there are 4 of them. Anyways, over 300% doesn't do anything. No, it does do something, Jock. I don't know where you're getting that from. Absolutely does do something. If you have over 300% crit chance, you have a chance of hitting a tier 4 crit. Hence why the video I put out on Magnus Prime. Now that could get, what was it, over 1,000% crit chance or something like that? So yeah. I go through a lot of checking to try and make all this work. I have unfortunately maybe not messed up, but certainly confused a few people by dropping into rounds of Hydron, just so I knew I would guarantee to get some people who are running in and out of affinity range, just to verify some of these bits and pieces nice and quickly. Which is a bit ridiculous. Ray saying, by the way, Ken, I'm pulling a U in a new gaming community, albeit no videos or fabulous voiceovers. Data collection to practical calculations. Go for it, Ray. Absolutely. Go for it. As I was saying, by the way, don't make citrine crystals reds. Ends up looking like wet flesh. Wow. Okay. What's the difference between absolute and an override? Okay. This is going to be a clippable moment for those of you who need something to... Why is my notepad so small? Okay. Don't know why it was so tiny there. The 4 bonus types. Da-da-da-da. We have modded, aka additive. This adds alongside mods. Modifying the base value. So for example, if you have 100 damage and you have 165% from a mod and 100% from an ability that is modded, you get a total of, what's that going to be, 365 damage. Multiplicative. I don't know where the name is, the voice is coming from, but we're going with it. Multiplicative. This multiplies the final results. So in again the case of the 100, you have 100 damage, you have plus 165% from, say, Serration, and then a 2 times bonus, or multiply by 2 times from a 100% bonus. That would give you, let's see here, 265 would be, well, 550? Yeah, 550. These are both 100% bonuses I'm showing here. Absolute. This adds the given value after all calculations. That is not how you spell calculations. Calculations, there we are. In other games, this is sometimes known as additive as well, which is why I'm switching more towards saying modded rather than additive. So in the case of like this one. 100 plus 165% from Serration plus 100% absolute. You don't get absolute bonuses, so damage to absolutes. Let's do it. Let's say crit chance. If you had a 25% crit chance plus 100% from, I don't know, just whatever crit mod, I don't care. And then plus 40%, 45% from our Arcane Avenger. I'm gonna put a little M next to this one. Say it's modded. Let's make that clearer. And then this is absolute, so I'll put a little A. So the modded bonus will double this to 50%, and then this will bring it up to 95%. Oh, have I miscounted that? I have miscounted that, haven't I? Yeah, my bad, sorry. Mental math, don't do it on stream. And then finally, let's give ourselves a bit more space. We have Override. This replaces the value regardless of other bonuses. So if you had a CC, a crit chance of 25%, and you had a 100% bonus from modding, and then you had a 300% override, such as from Citrine, you get 300% because it overrides it. That's what it ends up as. Let's do big M for multiplicative there. There we go. Those are the 4 bonus types. You got your modded ones, which add with mods as if you just added another mod to your weapon. They all add the bonuses together and multiply your base value by that. Boom. You got your multiplicative, which will multiply after you've done your modded calculations. You've got your absolute, which are just added on after everything else has been sorted out. And then you've got your override, which says, screw you, this is actually the number now. That's how it works. Simple as that. Simple. This is not simple. This is definitely not simple. If this at all confuses any of you, that is the correct reaction to have. These are different ways of adding on the same kind of bonus, and it is definitely confusing. But that's what we got. Most places, an override will still apply even if it downgrades a stat. Yes. So, Meter Kavat will reduce your crit chance if you had above 200% down to 200. And Citrine will reduce your crit chance down to 300%. Arrow dealing absolutes means is a Sith? Sith don't exist in this universe, so I don't even need to answer that question. What category does Raw fall under? Raw is an additive bonus. Sorry, a modded bonus, because additive is used in multiple ways. It's a modded bonus, and that modded stat is faction damage. So you get some people who say, oh no, Raw is multiplicative. It multiplies your damage up by this. No. It adds to the faction stat. It's just that a lot of people don't use faction bonuses. And that's why people get confused thinking it's multiplicative. Alright. Sortie and Hand. Mind if I join the Sortie and Hand? I'm going to guess that means hunt. Is this Scrutty Crab? There's Warframe Sortie. Yep. And I didn't see this extra stronghold spy. I prefer to do it alone or join late. What, you think you're better than us, F King? Oh, I'm in solo mode. Not public. We don't need full randoms. Y'all are great. The rest of them, maybe not. Well, F King said he'll join us later, so I'll just leave him to it. What is today's sortie anyway? What is today's sortie? We have got a spy mission, Xmas Stronghold. We've got mobile defense, enemy physical enhancement, and then exterminate energy reduction. Okie dokie. Well, let's go grab a spy frame. You like taking your time killing all Xmas units? Well, fair enough. Fair enough. LU wants to take your spot. There we are. LU can have your spot. Sorted. Alright, let's grab me a Vara. I do like me a little bit of a Vara. Darn sorting thing. No, sort by usage. There we are. And I'll put in the laser beam, and yep, there we are. Hello, Trekkie. And Zeneric, why not? Are you the only one hearing Neff with an echo? If that's the only thing you heard as an echo, then that might be you. We can have a look at that Zom in a moment. Yeah. Let's crack on through the sortie first.
A prophet of profit. Isn't that wonderful?
Alright then. And I don't think my audio setup's wrong anywhere, is it? Didn't see anything wrong there. We'll see how it goes. Let me know if anything sounds weird as we go in.
And retrieve highly sensitive enemy information.
It was only briefly. Probably my computer having an aneurysm again. Lord knows I put the ball through it a lot. Alright, I don't know who's heading to what location, so I'm just going to head towards C. C seems like a safe bet. Also, I absolutely love having Arcane Consequence on this build. The ability to roll just this far with Avara it's just beautiful. If you don't have Arcane Consequence by the time you're a sortie tier, do yourself a favour and just go buy it. Free Unperformer drop from the next dev stream? Oh wow, that's quite the giveaway, isn't it? Chat, with regards to the dev stream, usually when it comes to Friday streams, I have always done my Friday streams regardless of the dev stream. I've just gone, nope, sod it. I'm doing my thing, D are doing their thing. I'll get around to D's stuff as and when on my time. How would you feel, chat, about me instead effectively co-streaming what D were putting out and then getting on with the remainder of the stream as the Friday variety stream instead? What would y'all think of that? Yays, nays? I'd put up a hole, but I'm kind of in the middle of the mission. What? Coracop, don't you usually vote no on every Variety Friday option anyway? You say nay, but you are literally one of the people who votes no on the variety options. Ooh, if I can get Mercy Kill, even with particle velocity, go! Maximum speed! Okay, I'm just going to hit every ledge now, that's fine. You didn't vote in the last ones? Of course you didn't vote in the last ones, Coracop. I took away the option to vote none of the above, because you were the only one clicking it. So of course you didn't vote in the last ones. Does co-stream mean my own stream will get drops too? No. Co-stream just means that I would be taking basically their stream output, putting it through my stream with me and my stuff over the top of it. Kind of like a reaction stream, but live. Think of it that way. Alright, now we're out of the mission. Let's do this a poll proper, because I am seeing mixed responses here. Did I ever get a legendary core from sorties? I've had 2. Alright then, so dev stream, co-stream on Friday? Question mark. We've got options of yes please, no, stick to variety game, and don't care. Those are the options you got. I'm going to give you guys a minute on that quick poll. I saw it didn't fail. Love to see it. Wow. You see, we got some good people here. We got some good people using notorious spy frames such as Titania Prime and Styanax. What can possibly go wrong when you have got frames of that caliber in your squad? I mean, look at that. That is the embodiment of stealth right there. You'd never see it coming. Certainly, I never see that coming. Are you getting replaced? No, Elio, you're in the squad. You're not getting replaced. You're in. You're in. There, so I've got the poll up for you, so share your preference. How do you feel about the DevStream co-streamers thing? Ray saying, I refuse to vote because I don't agree with those options. Okay, Ray, I saw your comment 4 times over, however many times you said the same thing as only if the topic interests me. I get it. But do you think I'd be asking for everyone's opinion if I didn't want Euroguy's opinion? Obviously, there is the case of, do I want to stream it? And I am perpetually aware of that. But I'm not asking, do you guys think I want to stream it? I'm asking, did you want it? Different question, mate. That's why your answer isn't up there. Because it's answering the wrong question. Some say Titania is surprisingly good at spy if you don't suck at hacking like I do. I mean, she can get around rather quickly. That does certainly help her out. Does the stream run at the same time as yours then? I wouldn't be able to co-stream it if I didn't. Yeah. It would be a co-stream as a live reaction stream. That's what it basically is. So you could have the Warframe stream open but muted if you wanted to have it for the drops, or just not open at all if you didn't care about the drops. You'd be able to watch my stream, interact with me just like a stream, whilst we're all seeing the stuff coming up on the stream. That's how it'd be. With the poll result there, that was 79% in favour of it, versus 11% against. Interesting. Dev stream's about an hour long? That's right, yeah. The dev stream's about an hour long, so it'd be hour and a half, whatever length of their thing, and then switch over to the rest of the stream being the variety stream. It would be a different spin on things, and it's not something I have done before in terms of dev streams. I have, for years, let the dev streams just happen. They've always clashed with the Friday streams, and I have always seen the impacts, as it were, on the number of people who are watching as well. Because the number of you, I get, you're more interested in the Warframe stuff than whatever variety game I've got going on. I get it. So I am aware of basically the figures behind the scenes as well, going hang about. When is the dev stream? The dev stream's on Friday. Are these polls advisory or binding? Advisory. There is never a binding poll on this stream. There is never a single binding action on this stream whatsoever, with the exception of you guys like purchasing a sub or something. Even if someone tipped 10,000 bits right now and said, do not stream the dev stream, that would be advisory. Why is dev stream? Because the community asks for an insight into what video game companies are doing. They believe that transparency is a good way to build hype and build trust within the community. But no one ever asks, how is dev stream? I'm glad you agree, Giant Bagel, I'm glad you agree. Anyway, we need to get on with the next mission. What was... I've already forgotten what it was. What was the next mission? It was mobile defense, enemy physical enhancement. Okay, let's go get our favorite Warframe. Let's grab a Lavos. You realize you're the only one in the squad without a Kenglyph? Yeah. Well, I mean, not everyone could be, you know, just cool. Some people need to strike out on their own and can't blend with the crowd. I get it. Gotta stand out. F-King just finished a spy. Excellent. Goodbye. You chose to be on your own squad, F-King, so Eliu's got your spot. Or rather, Eliu has got Eliu's spot. It wasn't your spot. You surrendered it. So where we literally miss the old dev streams where we sat down with the dev teams on streams, asked them questions for 30 minutes. I suppose because they're probably just a little bit too inundated with the number of viewers to take such a Q&A approach. Not to mention that being more organized, they can show off stuff more directly. And then if you want to get specific questions answered, you can reach out to the devs on Twitter, as they do respond in places. Not going to say they always will to every question, but you can reach out to them on a place like Twitter. One great thing about the devs of Warframe is that they do not hide away. You can reach out to them one way or another. You just can't expect them to respond to every question. That's the difference. Better, effing better. I was going to say, also people are stupid and ask stupid questions. I mean, there are some 19%ers, aren't they? There are some 19%ers out there. And, well, all the best will in the world. You can't really filter them out until they've spoken. Talscape, not sure what you're asking, sorry. Will they respond if asked for an actual endgame? I don't know. Have you actually made a build worth endgame yet? Or do you just sit around on the same viral/meta? See, we can both be toxic. I ain't above that. How's the stream? Going great. I mean, we're just second mission in on the sortie at the moment. Once we get the sortie done, we'll be on to the Archon Hunt and then some Mirror Defense.
We have got to find your terminal.
We'll see if we find some endgame content over there. How's that sound, Sage? Good stream, Ken just did a murder? Oh, come on. Surely no one can be that fragile. I just realised I didn't go to the next location. Whoops. Easily distracted. There's me defending something that no one's at anymore. My bad. I wonder if I meant D staff or the D dev specifically. D staff. I refer to the entire D staff as devs, but obviously they've got more people on the team than just people who code, to be the developers. Yeah, D staff, because others within the company can also answer your questions. So Sage, usually I would recommend to anyone ever, this really is a general thing, don't give voices to idiots. That includes acting like one, ironically, because when you're on the internet, people can't tell that you're not the idiot. When you copy someone coming out with a shit tier complaint, you sound like the person with said complaint. You are giving it a voice. Instead, give a voice to the sensible stuff, you know? This is a practical community. With practical people solving practical problems.
Move on.
If you come across someone being a Reddit grognard, leave them on Reddit. Or even better, downvote them on Reddit. A community is as good as what you permit, and if you permit that in your life, you're going to end up surrounded by people who are actually believing what you're saying. Not the best endgame. So from all the Warframes so far, who do you think needs a rework the most? Still Hydroid. It's been Hydroid for a very long time, and it's still Hydroid. Absolutely. Great Cape Kimber, without changing much fundamentally, if there are enemies that can cleanse status for themselves and others nearby, would that be cause to allow for a non-viral meta? Depends on how they cleanse the status, and also you got to remember that's going to cleanse all statuses if you have a cleanse status approach. There are already enemies that block viral status effects, including acolytes, and further ones which block viral damage entirely. Different units with different resistances or even immunities to certain damage types already exist. You have to be careful with the implementation. A complete block of status effects would shut down pretty much everything other than direct damage builds specifically typed to their health type. So, pure toxin, pure corrosive, pure radiation. And occasionally pure gas.
The odds were against us, Tenno, but we did it. Mission complete.
Not Nyx? No, Nyx is in a far better spot than Hydroid. Nyx is an incredible Warframe. Hydroid isn't.
Rap tap tap. I think it's time to give these lads a good blap blap.
Gorilla with a Glock, thank you very much for resubscribing onto 8 months now. And indeed, we have been doing some blapping. I mean, I'm only using the Foreman. It's not even the Blapper 9000 right now. It's just the Foreman. But still, some good blappage. Thank you very much for resubbing, mate. Appreciate it. Amazing how they've reworked so many frames that Hydroid is left in the bin. It just kind of is that. It just is that. Oh, yeah, Elio, just don't, hang on, what happened? Your connection dropped so hard the game tried to migrate you, then outright logs you out. Wow, okay. What's the Blapper 9000? That's Matena Envoy. It's the reason for the Blap emote here on the stream. This one right here, it's a Tenor Envoy explosion. The Blapper 9000 is my Tenor Envoy. The big Blapper. The Blapper Slapper. And whatever silly other variations of Blap you want to use. It goes Blap. Yeah, I've got a ribbon. It's not the most amazing ribbon, but it's still crit chance, crit damage. Zoom. It goes Blap. Enemies die. It's amazing. It's amazing. Prediction time? Oh, yes. Let's give that up, shall we? What reward do y'all think we're going to get from today's sortie? Is it going to be an Anata Sculpture, a Riven booster? It's probably not going to be a Legendary Core. Legendary Cores do not happen on stream. We've got absolute proof of that they never, ever, whatsoever happen on stream, do they, chat? Totally not. Anyway, so let's go exterminate some enemies. Is be a catalyst? You need one? Well. In that case, you might want to put some spanners on something other than a catalyst, so that if we get it, you're happy, and if we don't get it, you're still happy. I noticed so far no one's put a gamble on a reactor or former. There's some open spots there for freebies and Ixalis, because if that happens to be it, you'll be the only person gambling on it. It's really smart play. If you see someone put thousands on one spot, just put 10 spanners on one of the other options that no one's gone for, and there's a chance you could just sweep the entire board. I think it was just one person who guessed it would be a Legendary Core on the day that happened. Just a little bit hog, as they say. Alright, toxin damage, go! You got lucky last time, you can do it again. If I get 2 Legendary Cores back-to-back stream-wise, that's going to be quite something. I don't think that's going to happen. The chances of that happening are pretty slim. Like, 1 in 500 or so? It's pretty low. That's what I'm saying. It's pretty low. That said, how many points have you put on Legendary Core? Gorilla's put 400. Oh, come on. If you get a gamble on it, you get at least tried. Imagine winning tens of thousands and only putting on 400. I don't know. 2 nat 20s in a row is 1 in 400? Correct, yes. Assuming those are the only 2 rolls made, but yes. That's always a weird thing with talking about statistics. It's talking about how many attempts are in there as well. Because, like, the answer to what are the chances of a Legendary Core seems pretty simple at first. It's the drop rate of a Legendary Core. What's the chance of getting a Legendary Core after doing as many sorties on stream as I've done? That's a little bit less impressive. So, yeah, it's a bit of a mixed bag. How rare something actually is, because you've got to ask the context of how much you're trying. Also, fun fact, someone complained on one of my recent videos that I reload the Tenet Envoy rather than switching to melee. And you know what I say to that? I'm going to stand here and reload. For kills I didn't even need to get. Just because it has a gimmick that you can switch to melee doesn't mean I have to. Sometimes it's just easier to reload. Sometimes it's just easier to reload. And, well, it's not a legendary core this time. It's not a legendary core this time. It's a rifle ribbon mod, however, which is a nice pickup all the same. 3 people gambled on it being a ribbon mod. Hatari putting in 2,060 spawners. That is not a small gamble there, but Hatari, it's paid off for you. It is absolutely paid off for you on this one. It is a ribbon today. There we go. So the Edo got excited. This was just 30. Ah, unfortunate, Raptor. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. Cosmo having the exact same moment as well. Fun fact, you can get Endo during missions without it being the mission reward. Alright, you take care then, Bill. Cool. Thank you very much. I think that was a Flowing Thoughts looking to join in for the Archon Hunt. Absolutely. Come on in. Cheers, mate. Stream's not on high quality, so that'll be your excuse. Fair. As I'm saying, even if enemies immune to procs or cleanse procs, viral might still be good to them because people forget viral is absolutely good damage type about procs. It is, yeah. Viral does bonus damage against. What's it? I think is it clone flesh and flesh or just clone flesh? I think it's both of them. More against the Grineer. In any case, yeah, it definitely has a bonus against Grineer health, so you know that helps out viral even further. The real Endo is the enemies we made along the way. Enemies we killed along the way, perhaps. Perhaps. 75% into both? 75? No, it's not 75%, is it? Now that doesn't sound right. Hold on, you got me looking it up now. And I'm going to be weird, I'm going to look it up in-game. Check it on Elite Lancer here, the clone flesh. Oh yeah, it's a 75% bonus from viral. Yeah, my bad. 75% bonus to viral. But then if we grab the Corpus, take a crewman here, normal flesh, only 50%. I didn't know there was a difference. Okay. There's 50% against the Corpus, 75% against the Grineer. There we go. Alrighty then. Except the humanoid enemies on Orb Valis who resist viral. Yeah, Orb Valis is its own problem, yeah. Any luck figuring Citrine's 4? Oh yeah, I've pretty much figured out everything there is to figure out on it, including the fact that there's bugs and I've reported them to DE. I gave them a nice comprehensive bug report. And their response was pretty much, oh, thanks. We'll see how long it takes them to figure out that one. We'll see how long it takes them to figure it out. Oh, another incoming. Who's that? That'll be Cephalon Rage. Come on in. There we go. Alright, what have we got for the Archon Hunt? It is, of course, Archon Naira. We got ourselves an Amber Shard on the way in, so that is lovely. We have got a Rescue, Interception, and Showdown. Bonus Strength on Nova. Yeah, I think I'll pass on that one, to be quite honest. Not a fan. Not a fan of using it for this kind of stuff. Not for high level. I'm just not comfortable with it. Exergis, Hardback, Quats, I could just ignore all of those. So I will just use what I want to use, and that is going to be a heck load of Toxin Murder. I think Lavos is going to be just fine for that. Jack Eagle saying radiation is electric plus heat, which means that Volt Shield and Shock Trooper will increase it. Shock Trooper, yes, but only if you've modded radiation. If you have innate radiation only, you'll get radiation electric. Volt Shield, I think, applies separate instance of electric, but I haven't checked that, so I need to double check on that. But yeah, it depends on if you've modded for radiation or if you've just ended up with radiation innately from a weapon. Those are two separate things. Just to make it all further confusing. Once you figure out all these weird little bits and pieces, Warframe makes perfect sense, but you need to get there first. Say you use radiation damage from heat electric, can you get heat or electric procs? No, because radiation isn't heat and electric. Radiation is the result of using heat and electric simultaneously. But it is radiation damage, it's not heat and electric damage, so you won't get that.
Deemed the scream of the contract to be madness.
Radiation is radiation, the heat and electric vanish.
Free its sword.
Warframe, because why would you want it to be simple? I mean, I'd want it to be understandable. I want it to be knowable. I want the challenge to come from working with the tools we've got, rather than trying to figure out what tools we've got. That's where I'd like the challenge to be. But I know that that is not a universal opinion. It's just mine. Yeah, let's just go this way. As we go through the stream chat, don't forget to grab yourself some tickets for the plat raffle at the end of the stream, just so we don't overload the boss at the end. And now we wait. Not very long.
Hostage is almost out of time. Hurry.
Oop, I jumped slightly wrong. Got it. How do you overcome a gambling addiction? I'm not the right person to ask about that, sorry. But if you are indeed having a gambling addiction, the first step would be to seek more professional help. Someone got booted? Oh! That's unfortunate. I don't know why a couple of you getting booted today. That's weird. Ellie, you had that problem now. You've got it, Zom. I'm assuming someone's... Yeah, flame thoughts on that one. Ah, Zom is rejoining. It's not over yet, Zom. It's not over yet. You may yet join us. Are you struggling over here? What's going on? Oh, okay. Yeah, that was a little tight to the line. Let's make sure Zom loads in before we exit.
That's where the good meat is. Suck the guts until the little legs kick.
Zom, you okay? Alright, Zom's loaded in, we're good.
Target is being debriefed.
We're good.
If any trace of Era still remains inside the zoo, I will bring it to the surface.
It's also you say, I hope the next Warframe is a math-based frame that just throws plus signs at people and deletes enemy type per 30 seconds times duration. I mean, wow. We could have an RNG frame, a games frame. So it could have literal dice rolls for abilities. A crowd control damage ability which just throws caltrops everywhere. Very D&D-esque. Have a skin which makes them look like D4s. They have an exalted melee weapon. It's the Banhammer. Straight up gamer frame, you know? Alright, let's see. What do we got for the next one? It was the Interception. Do I want to mix it up with a different setup? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I'm going to switch off the Tenet Envoy for this. And instead, I'm going to bring... What do I want to use on this one? Alien Bust? Alien Bust. It's been a hot minute since I've used a Baneling Bust. Wait. Oh, wait, this... I was thinking of the other Spore Ace. Never mind, let's not use that. That is... Ugh. Minimal modding. Pass on that, thanks. It might do the trick, but I... Pass. You know what, just sod it. Foreman kills, okay? The Foreman kills. We'll bring Zagara's gift then. That should be fine. Yeah, there we go, that'll do that. And that is Dexterity. Cool. It's alright, Flo. Happens. Alrighty, let's get cracking on with the next one. Rhino Deathwatch wants you to have an insect-themed Warframe. I see it, I see it. There is a bit of a gap there. And we've got a bug frame, but that's more Titania. Which is more pixie than actual bug beetle thing.
This facility is a communications crossroads.
8
Yo.
months already, wow.
Airsoft Sniper, thank you very much for the 8 months. I know, right? Time really does fly. Month at a time. Kind of how you expect it, but all the same. Thank you very much for the 8 months resub. Really appreciate that. Is it me who has Zom DC to get... No, they're good. They're good, they're moving. Zom's alive. Airsoft. Cheers. Okay, so when we did this yesterday, I was the only one left standing at the end. Yikes. I do feel like some people don't really respect higher level missions. They just kind of go, oh, there's no endgame in Warframe. And then they bring something with 300 and die. Like, but there's no endgame. How did I die? It's like, it's because you're an idiot. That's how. You want a tank? Bring a tank. Fun fact. Alright, let's get killing things. Godglaive is just so overpowered. Like, it is actually ridiculous how strong Glaive Prime is. Woo! Okay. Nearly got tapped there. Nearly got tapped. That would have been embarrassing. The good news is I didn't. What's the best tank ability in your opinion? Mesmer Skin. Not even a question about it. What's that? You don't take damage, become invulnerable with every charge. Doesn't matter how high the enemy damage scales, you just don't die. Yeah, that's pretty good as far as tanking goes. It's kind of hard to beat immortality. Maybe get some tank sheet? We can maybe do that. Yeah, we can do that in the Mirror Defense. We're not going to do that in the Archon Hunt. Because this is the only mission left before the actual hunt itself, and there is no way I'm taking Tank Banshee to kill an Archon. Not happening. Do I think Mesmer Skin is going to get nerfed? Honestly, the fact that it hasn't is slightly surprising, but then it is also locked to Revenant, so it's not that bad. It's not like it's on a frame, which is an otherwise absolute damage platform like Mesa or Sauron. So it's not ridiculous, but it is still very, very, very strong. But sometimes that's the way it's supposed to be, is that you have an option where if you just want absolute balls-to-the-wall tank, you have an absolute balls-to-the-wall tank. Revenant struggles in other areas because his kit is primarily the tank of all tanks. I think I was really slow for a sec. Wish we had a dodge mechanic in Warframe like Payday 2. I have never played Payday 2, so I have no reference in that. Scene's under attack. Just carpet bomb the location, should be fine. Everything here near enough deleted. Yep, there we go. Have those ones. Oh, what the hell that sound was. Take out the spinny because otherwise that'll kill people. And killing people is not good. Well, not when it's our people. I think we need this thing dead. There we go.
And I beheld a great ram.
We'll try with a new augments into Archon Hunt Inception. Suboptimal, but she does some meaningful damage now. Yeah, fair. I haven't actually used Jai's new augmenters yet. I have been focused mostly on Citrine And the new weapons. I've been really struggling with the new weapons, not gonna lie. Oh, I should be elsewhere. My bad. I've been really struggling to enjoy the new weapons. I don't think I'm going to do videos on them because, honestly, I don't like covering things in a negative light. I only want to spend your time on stuff which is worth talking about. And the new weapons, I don't know if they are. I genuinely don't know if they are worth talking about. It's kind of weird to say, but, you know. I might still cover them, but it's hard to get excited about them. It's hard. Oh, where's this guy? Look at this dead. Ooh, just about safety there. Death loss is awful. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Like, it has some redeeming qualities. Mostly it's a case of, do you want to fire a giant ass projectile and not care about the stats? You do? Okay, cool, go for it. But you should probably use the Arc of Plasma or something like that. Yeah, with the new scythe, it can deal some heavy damage. It can. I'm just not a fan of it. I'm not really a fan of heavy attack gameplay for most weapons anyway. The glaive makes it work, because its heavy attack is absolutely bonkers. But for a lot of other weapons, it just kind of struggles. And the normal attacks on the heavy side I really can't get behind. And they're really gunning for this location right now, and only staying down here on C. Yeah, the step loss is visually noisy. I tried setting it with a black energy color, but then it becomes completely invisible. It's trying to find that mid-ground. I'm not sure exactly where it is. Hell, it's probably something I'd include in a video about Steplos optimal energy colors. Now there's something you don't usually see in a Engineer video. I didn't report the issue about aim glide not working when you're casting abilities. I should remember to report that to you. That's going to be a bug. We've been able to aim glide whilst casting for so long. I go to use it. Like if I jump here, aim glide. Okay, that's a bad example. That drops you to the ground. Aim glide and cast. Instant castings like that seem to work. But then if I use my fourth ability, it drops me like a rock. Did I hear TF2 keys hit over 80 refined recently? That doesn't surprise me. In fact, the fact that it's not 100 refined surprises me more. The fact that TF2 keys ever went for something as low as 3 refined was absolutely bonkers. There is no real use for refined in that game, so a paid item trying to be relevant. Sorry, a free item that's not used trying to be relevant against a paid item that is used. How is that ever going to work long term? Guess maybe dark blue for Cephalos might work, yeah. I currently have a medium orange on it, but that is really bright, so probably going to change off of that. Or just barely use the weapon, that could work.
All messages decrypted.
Alright then, we are done with the interception.
There is another mind at work within him.
Just admit it, Nata. You're scared to face the possibility that I'm right.
Oh, shut up, Pazzy. We're done. Let's go break the face of his snake friend. At least we got a couple ribbon slivers along the way. That's nice. How noticeable was the constant slow stomp from Rhino? It's quite noticeable, yeah. I noticed many enemies were slowed down there, Zom. I noticed it quite a few times. Apparently I'm the only one in the squad who did, though. Well, fair enough then. Okay. Does that make me more observant, or does that make me less focused on the objective? Before we get cracking on... Oops, clicked the wrong thing there. I was going to deal myself there. Fair enough, fair enough. Let's get the prediction up and running as well, because we're, of course, going into the final stage of the Archon hunt. So once again, chat, alongside the Archon Shard, what reward do you think we're going to get from the hunt? Is it going to be another river mod? Is it going to be a new pineapple? Is it going to be something else entirely? Make your predictions now. Let's see. Yeah, we're going for the good. We're going brute force mode. I do like brute force mode. Let's do this correctly this time. I've been doing it incorrectly a few times over, and that's been a bit silly. Yeah, that is definitely the right one there. And then I want the Felarx, and I want it on Archon killing mode. There we go. Anairu is a safe pick, so I'll stick with that. Glaive Prime, I want to set that. Dealing with the Corpus with Heal Toxin? No, I'll go for Corrosive. I got Zagara's gift for the Corpus. That'll work on that side. And Carrier's just there to fill in the spot. Actually, wait. Is Carrier... I think Carrier is correctly modded. I messed with Carrier earlier. Let me double check and make sure I've got them correctly modded. I have. Good. D is a bad habit of releasing mastery fodder weapons. I don't know if I call it a bad habit, but I do wonder a little bit about the balancing sometimes, yeah. There's a... What did I miss? A highlighted message? Alright. Sorry. Turns out leaving the last cipher to the dysgraphic person in the squad is not ideal. I mean... You were the one hacking it, but okay. I can't really comment on the accessibility of a physical challenge, Flowing Thoughts. I mean, when you think about it, there is always... Did someone force start a mission whilst we're having a conversation? Yo, don't do that. Whoever just did that, don't do that. Wait for everyone to ready up, thank you. When it comes to those, there are ways around it. You've got the perspicacity ability. You can pick that up, and that will allow you to bypass those consoles anyway. You've got the auto hack mod to give it a chance on it. So, in instances like that where you do struggle with it, you can just get past it. Ooh, need to up that. What now? Helmet ability. Perspicacity. You cast it, and then the next hack you do is guaranteed to be an auto hack. Even without the auto hack on your powers on, because it's its own thing. So, in terms of accessibility, it already exists. Yeah, it's not a accessibility option directly. It's something you have to unlock, and it means you can't use another helmet ability. But at the same time, like, some challenges you just can't take out. It's not a matter of colorblindness. Okay, well, someone can pattern match a different way. It's the whole challenge of actually completing it. That's it. How would you phrase it? The challenge is in the physical mobility of it. So, powers and mods to give yourself more time, or augment to just not have to deal with that. That's your answer. Got him. One of us did. He had 0 health, so we got him. I do have no energy, however, so I would like energy to appear. That'd be nice. Oh, there we go. Hey! Don't knock me away from my energy. There we are. Knight or woman? I shot a snake. That's neither smacking nor a woman, but okay.
But stolen Deacon Veils should allow you to deceive the barrier.
Let's make our way over here. Take out that thing, so I don't want to trigger any traps. Zom's probably going to beat me over to this one, but I'm still trying. Got it! Free up this, and we can head our way back. Now, Tortellini, don't be weird. If you want to be weird, you can head to another stream. Alright, so I got my veil in, which is waiting on the other one to arrive. Okay, I didn't expect that to fly quite so dramatically. There we go.
I do not know if Azul is truly the leader of the Archons, or their puppet. Of all of them,
No, don't duck.
Myra has the
I'm trying to headshot you for the headshot bonus. Don't duck. That was a bit of weird routing. Okay. Wait, what? Where's this waypoint path thing? More headshots. Am I getting these headshots? I'm getting some. Alright, we're on location. Does the Archon spawn right here? Oh, she does. Oh, and she's invulnerable. No, I missed. Missed out of one shot left to shoot. This looks weird.
You dealt with
Oh,
all
right.
Myra expertise.
Oh, no.
You're kindly expect.
Oh, I just somehow used up all my charges there. That was weird. Whew. The exit this way. There we go. Nearly died there because I wasn't paying attention to my charges. There's the weird animation on that one. But it's all good. And we do get another ribbon mod. Well, double ribbon. And it's a basic hammer shard. But double ribbon. You're welcome, Flo. Alright then, so who guessed it would be another ribbon? 6 of you went for it this time. Airsoft with 260 spanners, you're absolutely right, Airsoft. You and 5 others, you're absolutely right, it's another ribbon. I always vote for ribbons, why not this time? Oh, that's an oof. That's an oof right there. What did you vote for? You didn't even vote in time on this one? Oh well. At least you didn't lose spanners, you just lost the opportunity, that was all. Glad I could help you there, Flo. It's this one over here, if I just give it a quick little search. Perspicacity, there we go. 25 energy, hack chance 100%. And that's it, that's all there is to it. There is a cast time to it, as you can see in the little animation there. So just bear that in mind, but yeah. Pop, done. Felt not very nice to be so much more incapacitated on something. I can understand that. I can appreciate that. When there's a challenge that you just physically can't address, I get it. I absolutely get it. It does kind of go the same for those who either lack the reaction speed to do things, like in various PvP shooters. For those who have the physical incapability, like if they're one-handed. I saw a Reddit post about that. Someone asking advice on how to play Warframe one-handed after a stroke. So everyone's going to have some limitations somewhere in some way. But at least in this case, there is a way around it. I'm glad I could share that way around for you. And it looks like we got people wanting to join in for the mirror defense section. So yeah, let's cycle the squad now. Flo, Zom, thank you very much for joining in. Let's grab some new peeps in the squad and head on over to mirror defense. Let's bring in F-King. Let's bring in Cosmo. Why the hell is hack chance listed when it isn't even affected by mods? Good question, Ladybug. Good question. The answer is... we don't know. We don't know. Yeah, I got nothing on that one. It shouldn't be there. Stats which can't be modified and are just this happens. Having a number there just adds questions for, okay, what's it modified by? The answer is That's why it's there. The answer is It's not a good answer, but it's the answer we get. Alright then. Banshee, health tank, let's do this. And to make it happen, let's bring along... Yeah, I got Amprex. I like the Amprex. He's fun. I'll bring the healer build, because that'll be fine. Scar's Gift. No, I'm going to switch this one out. I'm going to switch... Actually, I will keep it, but I'm going to switch it over to Corrosive. For which I want to get Electric Mod. There we go. Zom asked about some build advice. Oh yes, Zom, 70 build. Go ahead, now's a good time, Zom. Send me the build you wanted me to have a look at. Then we'll jump into the mirror defense. What's my thoughts on Caliban? Decent, not in a great spot defensively. Which is kind of weird because his fourth ability is great for higher levels where you'd need the defense. So he's a bit awkward, but he's not in a terrible spot. Just awkward. His versatility sucks though. We going Steel Path or normal? We'll go Steel Path, Cosmo. We'll go Steel Path. Yes, I'm taking a tank Banshee to Steel Path. It's a thing. You'll see. Zom, where's that build? I presume you're just grabbing it, but yeah. There we go. But stop with the bloody paras. I hate that Parazon animation. Every time I mouse downwards for anything, when I'm in the arsenal, if I come across this way, if I just come down it, if I come across this way, they end up on the Parazon, and every few seconds, they get all dramatic, like, wow, look at this. Like, stop, please. Wow, you crazy little thing. Just stop. Anyway, running a depolarity in Prime Flow, swapped to this, been trying to find balance of efficiency and all that, Titania Prime. I've not done a lot of research into Titania builds, I'll be quite honest, but let's have a look at this. That needs ranking up. I'll take it at least a little bit further. Let's see what we got here. That is a hell of a lot of strength, so that is going to pillage quite nicely. I love how it says drain 32%. Yeah, Warframe, I don't think so. How is even this not working? Gonna be good about this. Let me just calculate it manually. 2.98 times 25. So it's 74.5% armor and shield strip. You got the 18% there. So it's 92.5%. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. You have the shards to meet full strip. Okay, right, yeah. You got a total armor strip on the shields. So on pillage there. It's a total defense strip, I should say, which is very nice to have. And then, of course, you're going to have an absolute bonkers amount of Razor Wing. The range reduction on this doesn't matter because it's actually more duration-based than range-based, so that is great. And yeah, overall, a relatively efficient setup, so not really a concern on that side either. Arcane Energize, you're going to be picking up plenty. Pistolier, so you can just shoot for days. Razor Wing Blitz, you can shoot for years. I mean, it seems pretty standard to me. It seems pretty standard to me. Your entire defense is evasion, so that could get a little bit spicy, but I mean, if you're good enough at shooting things, that'll be it. Well, you've got shield gating as well. Your defense is shield gating. That's about it. Yeah, it seems reasonable to me. It seems reasonable to me. Free spot for mirror defense there is indeed. Come on in. Stop with the Parazon! Am I the only one annoyed by that? I don't know if it's just me, but that really annoys me in the arsenal. I mean, really. It's bad enough if they do some silly ass animations, all dramatic like. But this one, universal to every frame on the end of the menu, so you just kind of glance across it, you just move your mouse across and suddenly you're there, and if you mouse over the focus call, it doesn't change. If you mouse over the Warframe, it doesn't change. You have to mouse over a weapon to change. Please stop. Please just stop. It would be better if there was more time between it, or if there wasn't the audio to it. But mostly, I just don't. Just. No. Just no. No. Okay, anyway. It's visually distracting. It's jarring noisily. I don't like it. Could be an option to turn this off. I'd be down for it. You know, if you could go into the appearance and set idle animation to none, that'd be cool with me. That'd be cool. Anywho, right, let's jump into Mirror Defense. We're going on to the Steel Path. I got myself a Banshee here with Amprex, Glade Prime, Zagara's Gift. We got ourselves a Zaku, Octavia, and a Jaya. Alright, so we're going to figure out between us who's jumping around. Let's defend the mirror, or something like that. If you're struggling with a build, sharing it over on the Discord is absolutely a good idea, F-King. Absolutely. We've got some really helpful people over on the Discord. Loads of people means loads of knowledge about different frames. Because as much as I do have pretty comprehensive knowledge of builds overall, there are people who specialise in every single frame in one way or another. So whether you need a build for Titania, for Mesa, for Urali even, we got someone who can cover that for you. We got someone who can cover that.
Old War. Warframe made crystal caskets.
Alright, now the problem with this build is that it needs scaling up.
Mighty good genes they have, yes. Genes for the true.
And the problem with scaling up is that until you've done it, you are exposed as all hell to being murdered. Which is not good for your health, you know. Being murdered usually does end badly. So I'm going to do my best to not get murdered whilst I build up this particular build. I'm up to the point of 756 health now, so I can handle a bit better. But yeah, this is definitely one of those builds that you actively get it going and then you're safe. Which is a bit spicy. The reason I have to actively build is I need to get hold of a bunch of health orbs to stack up my arcane. I'm already at 34 because someone else is putting out a lot of health orbs, which is very nice. And once it's stacked, I can absolutely tank for days. I've got armor stripping. I've got silence, stopping enemies from casting obnoxious abilities. I've got healing. Yeah, I'm fully stacked now, 1500 health. What's the substitute ability? So this is actually Trinity's ability. This is Well of Life. Now I can activate that there. That's going to give a healing aura all around. I don't actually see where my aura is reaching to. I can't tell over all these other effects going on. Let's see. How big is the aura? Let me just grab these as well. Okay, for some reason I just can't tell at the moment how far it goes, but it goes. Think of it that way, it goes. Best to have one central like that. So that protects from status effects, that gives heals. I've got the armor strip, as I say, on my one, thanks to the augments on that one. The 4 is producing health and energy orbs. There's the augment on that one. And you see, in just a couple minutes, I've already got Banshee to maximum hit points. 1500 of them. Which gives a lot of buffer for things to go wrong and to allow me to react. That is a crucial part of any tank build, is not just having the damage reduction, but also having the ability to react in time to things going on. Alright, so we're done in here.
Tried to save them by encasing them in her crystal. It is their remains, and the connection forged between.
And then the silence, it just helps out overall because you'll get enemies which just have nasty abilities which can screw you over, so silencing them stops those abilities. Seems pretty understandable to me. Halfway. Halfway through the round. Did the Void Storms change something, or are they just Void Fissures but longer? They're Void Fissures in space, basically, yeah. Penguin, cheers. He has next to no health left, but, you know, he's still a source of healing for us. There we are. Now, this build is more effective against the Grineer, because it is a slash viral build that I have on my Amprex. Using it against Corpus, not as advisable, but it'll still get the job done. It'll still get there. I designed this tank Banshee as something that could sit in a survival mission and just not die. Pretty much.
Late to the party. Hope you are doing well.
Zach, thank you very much for subscribing up onto 4 months now. I really appreciate it, my dude. I'm doing well. Hope you're doing well yourself as well. See here, Misery? Misery's got no abilities right now. Misery can do a very slow backflip and get armor strip because I have armor strip. No abilities, no armor, no chance. And then we just burn them down. It's just that Banshee usually has a tough time surviving. And now I have a way to heal and a way to have loads of buffer. That was just bullying. That was surviving. Sega Goof. Or Sega Goof, not Sega Goof. Sega Goof. My bad, sorry. I goofed as well. But thank you very much all the same for subscribing with your Prime. Welcome to the channel proper. Enjoy your lovely blue badge. Your access to the supporter T Lounge over on the Discord. Your emotes to go with it all. And of course, no more ads here on Twitch. I mean, that is definitely a benefit to be had. We don't have many ads on this channel. But what few ads there are when you join in, now there aren't. Cheers on the hydrate. Cheers, Move Deep. When can we expect a video on the new Arcanes? I only do videos where I feel there is something significant to talk about, really. So I may yet do a video on the Arcanes if that's something you'd really like to see. A popular suggestion over on the Discord. We have suggestions for them. Or exactly that. Yeah, I'll need to look over the Arcanes and see what it is I'd like to cover on that. I'm not going to guarantee you a video at this point in time. Alright. Now the other part of this build is that it uses the health conversion mod. So those health orbs I'm picking up not only give me more health, but they also give me more armor. I've got armor, I've got adaptation for damage reduction, I've got heals incoming, I've got enemy ability nullification. Whole bunch all at once making this build work. Hello Z-Man. Yeah, I've always got a face cam on streams. Welcome in all the same. Welcome in all the same. Something's shooting me, so I'm just going to use this guy for heals. What is shooting me? Where is it? Oh, there you are. Mac. They go flying so far with this ability. Sometimes. How exactly does primary plated rounds work? If I understand from the wiki, the more rounds you load by reloading, then the higher your damage bonus, and it is some weird polynomial or factoring based on the amount of rounds you have. So it's not a direct linear relationship, as it were. I think it's the square root that it's rounded off, built off, however you want to phrase it. The point is that more rounds gives more damage, but you need a lot of rounds for it to give you a lot of damage, and it's for a relatively short time, and it's based on the rounds loaded. So if you say, take the Amprex from 100 down to 90 ammo, you're only reloading 10 as far as the Arcane is concerned, not 100. So that you have to take into consideration. a weird formula. Yes. It's a pretty weird formula. The one thing it does have over the primary Steel Path Arcanes is that it's on reload, not on a kill trigger of any kind. So if you're using a weapon in a situation where you can't get loads of kills, or you need the damage before you've got kills, then primary plated rounds will help you out. Say if you're in a boss fight, for example, you can get extra damage without needing trash mobs all around you to give you extra damage. And yeah, it doesn't work on battery weapons, no. Doesn't work on the battery weapons. Another hydrate from me deep. Alright, cheers. Are we going to cycle squads? If there's enough interest for it, we can do that. Malice, where are you? Let me shut down your abilities and armor. Hey, B. Get screwed. What are you going to do? Apparently I have loads of tank. Yeah, let me fix that, actually. I'm Banshee. Ooh, okay, that was a bad day for him. That's a great thing about Banshee. It's like, oh, what's that? You've got loads of options. You've got armor. You've got general high health pool. You've got abilities. How about I just say no to all of that? And the enemy just has to accept it. Nothing they can do. They'd just be dying. They do just be dying. I'm going to focus a little bit more on grabbing some of these shards. These fragments, whatever we want to call them, remnants. That's one thing I had to be careful about when I was recording a video. It's not mixing up the word fragments with the word remnants. Because you pick up the remnants to get the fragments in this mission. It's a little bit of a terminology test, I suppose. Twice for your life on Baruch. See, Baruch has loads and loads of ways of not taking damage. It's just making sure that you actively use them. Much like here, I've got loads of ways of dealing with the enemies. I just have to remember to actually cast them. Some down here. Quick. We go out this way. Is there a nice central enemy I can cast a... There we go. Actually, I prefer only one. He's not nearly dead. Rook is overkill in most missions? Pretty true, yeah. Pretty true. But, like, pretty much everything is overkill in most missions, so long as you know what you're doing. Does plated rounds work with non-manual reloads like Bloodforge or Crack to augment? I believe if you're not hitting reload, then probably no. For all the niche stuff, you're going to have to look at it yourself, because so far I have not fully looked into the arcanes. I've been too busy focused on Citrine and her weapons. For obvious reasons, those kind of take front and center. You know, the arcanes are going to take a lot longer for people to farm, whereas people are already getting Citrine and weapons straight away. There's going to be more questions about those first. We are remembering to, you know, grab as many of these remnants as possible in the corridor here, aren't we? There's not people just sprinting through, ignoring the roll, right? What I think of Citrine's weapons? So far, unimpressed. So far, really unimpressed, actually. Ah, there we go. That guy'll make a nice source of health. Oh, I don't need to do any armor stripping at the moment, do I? Someone's got it covered. I have one question about Citrine. Does the passive stack if you have more than one in a squad? That's a very good question. I didn't need to check that. Actually, straight up did not occur to me. I'm going to have to check that. After this mission, if someone's got a Citrine we can check with, I will check that. Because that is kind of important, isn't it? Yeah. I know that their damage reduction abilities won't stack, because that's just how Warframe works. But passives... that could go either way. That could indeed go either way. Grab them for healing. AMP 777 or 177? I'd say that 7x7 is better overall. The middle 7 is only really if you're doing Eidolon speedrun strats. Otherwise, you'd probably be better off with the Fard scaffold for the bouncing glaive on it. If you're not doing Eidolon speedruns, the Proper scaffold isn't actually really that great. Nice choice, Skullers. Thank you. I could do with a new enemy to use as a health pool. One that's close to the center of everything would be preferable. There's a new customer. Oops, I accidentally just pushed them away from the middle of everything. Let's push them back in. There we go. A little bit over this way, please. Thank you. Oh, we have an incoming torment. Where's Stinky at? Actually, I'm going to go get Frag, please. Let's not get distracted by the Acolyte. We want to get loot. We are here for loot. And that loot is not necessarily the Steel Essence. I can go back for that. Can't go back for these once they're despawned. Oh, that's a bad jump. That was a bad jump. Oh, there's so many missed. So many missed.
Their connection collapsed.
What do I have? I have a 777 at the moment. I'll get around to switching it at some point. I just haven't been bothered to. To avoid, he encourages all monkey mains. You can't pick up the what's it? Fragments whilst you're in Cloudwalker. Just in case you thought that was a thing. Alright, we got some enemies up here. I think we've... Oh, actually, there we go. You will make a perfect healing station. Go over there, please. Thank you. I do like it when the corporates are nice and cooperative. Just turn them into a pool of health and shove them into position. Certainly makes life nice and easy. You can pick them up as Titania? Yeah, but not Wukong, because they're different Warframes. They act differently. Titania is a major pickup for this mission. Like, if I wasn't tasked with using Banshee, Tank Banshee on this mission, I would be using Titania right now. But Chocodeeka wanted to see Banshee actions. That's why we're using Banshee here. I wouldn't recommend Banshee for this, unless someone else is running Titania. Okay, we're not going to leave any of them alive. Me to turn into a health station. Sure, there we are. That was unfortunate. How do you avoid dying in Steel Path? The DPS okay, constantly smacks but don't play Revenant. You're probably not dodging and tanking hard enough. Because look at this right here. Look at this Banshee. This is a Banshee, the flimsiest Warframe in the game. She doesn't have invisibility. She doesn't have a damage reduction ability. Her stealth is silence, which isn't exactly the most stealthy, let's be honest now. This is the flimsiest Warframe in the entire game, and I'm tanking with her. So you need to stack up some more damage reduction or evasion, one way or the other. I'd say a good starting point would be to grab either Inaros or Lavos, because those guys are both simple health tanks. I would say Lavos is probably better, but I know some people don't like his abilities or the whole system of not having energy. It's kind of a weird hang-up, but some people have that hang-up. The point is, those two are pretty easy health tanks. With Lavos especially, you just throw on an Umbral build, adaptation mod, you're absolutely golden.
Rodents in your house, Krill.
Once you've started with that, you get an idea as to how you can health tank and what kind of things will still kill you through that. And you can take it from there to build into shield tanking, general ability tanking, and then even moving into shield gate tanking. Shield gate tanking is the most effective for going into ultra high levels, but at the same time, it is also the hardest to pull off. So don't imagine you have to go straight for that. You know, like Harvest Elements resets after each ability? I get it on that. I get it. Fun fact, by the way, whilst you are casting an ability with Lavos, he's in the cast animation after you've, say, tapped his 4, you can immediately, during the cast animation, hold down the next element you want to be using. So say if I'm just always using heat, I will tap 4 and then immediately re-hold 4 whilst he's going through his animation to apply heat to the next ability he's casting. You don't need to overthink timing when to do stuff, you can just do it during the cast. And that saves you so much time. Shield tanking feels cheesy? It is cheesy. It was an unintended mechanic that people would shield gate tank entirely. But it's a thing you can do. And he have left it in rather intentionally at this point. So it's a way that you can go about it. It enables more gameplay without being direct freedom to just do whatever the hell you please. You do still have to work out that tank. If anything, Lavos' tank is more cheesy because he doesn't really have to do anything. He just kind of exists tanky. This one's not dead, please. There we go. Thank you. So yeah, Lavos is probably cheesier than shield gate tanking. It's just that Lavos is more clearly designed to have said tank. Oh, violence! I can silence you! Prepare to get silenced, you silencer. And also armor stripped. Get wrecked. Can't play Banshee's card against her. Oh, which needs to be going. Next wave. One thing I do not like about this mission is it's not very obvious when it switches over if you're not paying attention to the clock. It can get lost in the mess of everything else that is happening very easily. I'm not going to get those. No. I think, yeah, a couple of people may not have even noticed in time. Oh well. Silence violence? Oh, absolutely. And yes, I will be enthusiastic about it because they deserve it. Violence is easily the nastiest of all of the acolytes. Shutting down your abilities entirely? For an extended period of time? That's rough. A lot of frames depend on the ability to, well, cast abilities. He's a right old meanie. When I can shut him down with silence, silencing his silence, I mean, that's just an absolute win. That one died too quickly. I would like to have an enemy that is not nearly dead and close to the center. Here we go. You are my health station for a bit. Doesn't last very long, this wildlife, which is the only real downside. You have to really maintain it. And in a more mobile mission, that's quite difficult to do. Isn't silencing silence just enabling sound back again? No. No, not at all. You just take control over who is silenced. Hi there, you have overguard. That is annoying. Please lose your overguard. Thank you, now I can heal off you. Ta-da! Max health. Are your exalted weapon frames just fold in pain when they see violence? Yeah. Violence is a right piece of work. Always enact violence against violence. You can just outrange his silence, But it's not visible exactly how far it reaches, so that can be a risky play to try and pull off. Yeah, you do have to be careful. We're getting more and more Xmas here. Let me just shut that one down. Okay, not sure what was damaging me there. Alright, we can dip on that one. That's 4 rounds. I can finally get rid of Tank Banshee, because she's not suitable for this mission, let's be real now. She's not. We did get 144 fragments, which is a nice pickup to say we didn't have a dedicated scooper. So that's as good. I think the max you can get is probably like 150-ish, maybe 160, but 144 is a very good amount. You certainly can't get this many in normal mode, so we were well worth it being in this mission. Never Octavia again for 20-minute missions? Fair do. Fair do. I did use Octavia for one run, which actually got into the video on how long it takes to get Citrine. But yeah, let me give you a walk down exactly what's happening here. We have got... Obviously, there's the passive shield tanking, shield gating, which is just a thing as a nature of having shields. So that's one bonus life already, intermittently. And because of my companion has... Where is it? Guardian. Boosts owner's shield by 100% when it runs out. So whenever this is off cooldown and I lose my shields are back again, I get an entire new shield gate. So this build does use shield gating, like most of my frames do, because of my companion. Already that's a win. Health conversion, I pick up health orbs, my armor increases by 1,350, which on top of the basic 125 there, 1,475 armor. That's not as much as Wukong can get just with his third ability, it's well less than you get with Lavos and the like, but it's still a lot of armor. There is a lot. Is there a cap on how fast you can go? There is, me deep, yeah. There is. On top of this, we've got adaptations that'll give up to 90% damage reduction to different damage types as they appear. You saw in my video about adaptation, about how much tank that actually is, but most of the time you can assume that it's giving you around about a 2/3 reduction in incoming damage. Arcane Blessing, when I'm picking up those health orbs, which are for both health conversion and this, my health is going to grow. So at the start, this is very squeaky, because we've only got 300 health to work with. Once we get up to the 1500 health, then things are a lot more chill. We've got a lot more room to work on. Thank you, Quantavi. Yes, I will look in that in just a moment. Well of Life here. This gives out 130 health per second to everyone in its radius. On top of that, it also gives status immunity whilst within the radius, instead passing it all along to the target. Killing the target, probably. Especially when solo, this is great, because I've got a 24-meter radius zone of, screw you, I've got health for days. If you want to add up just how much health that is, with the health conversion, my armor, 1475, so I will have 83% damage reduction from armor with this in full intensity. I'm not even going to consider the extra strength that this gives, but this also does give extra strength because of this activating healing. With the adaptation, that 83%, as I say, it's usually going to be around about 75% to 66% damage reduction. Let's go with 75%. Let's be a bit charitable to ourselves here. So we go 1 minus and... sorry, no, let me do the damage reduction would be... At that point, 95.7%, or near enough that. So we're talking about 95% damage reduction. That's still not incredible damage reduction. Like, 95% isn't ridiculously high. But then we've got the silence on top. Then we're armor stripping and crowd controlling the enemies as well with that there. Because of the Sonic Fracture augments bringing that in. We've got additional healing coming in from this. The 130 health per second there is effectively about 2,500 health per second. If I'm doing that correctly? Yeah. I want you to imagine, chat, if you had a healing of 2,500 health per second without any damage resistance, I think you'd be pretty good, right? 2,500 health per second would do you pretty damn spicily, and that's the kind of level of defense we're getting with these two mods here. So that's why this health tank works. It is a number of mods going together. We are using health conversion and pool of life and adaptation and arcane blessing and an infusion. All of that together is necessary to make this work. You take off the adaptation, you die. You take off health conversion, you die. You take off arcane blessing, you die. If you don't have a source of healing, obviously you die. But it gets there, and that allows us to use any frame we want using the other slots we got left. That is what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 slots left for normal mods, and 1 arcane left. And it works. You could go for Vitality instead of going for Arcane Blessing to have the health straight away at the start, but bear in mind on a frame like Banshee here, that's only going to bring you up to 740 health. This brings me up to 1500. So there's that trade-off there as well. And that's why this is specifically here, because it gives the health orbs to stack this up. If you do anything else, you die? Yeah, pretty much. Like, I just about kept it together at the start there. Pretty much every single time I've run this build, I will die. But only once. I'll use my operator, I'll take out a couple enemies because I've armor stripped them, get back on my feet, continue building the stacks, and then I'm good. Usually I do go down once with this, which is why it's definitely not an Archon Hunt build, because it is so damn flimsy at the start, you will just wipe out. It is really tight to the line. Archon shards in here for armor could help you out on that. Or maybe for health. Health would probably be better here because you've got the health conversion. But even then, that's expensive and still very tight to the line. Right, let's test the Citrine thingamajiggy real quickly. Does anyone else in the squad have a Citrine? F-King does. Excellent. Let's head on over to testing ground real quickly. I want to get an idea as to how effective this is going to be. In fact, to that end, Cosmo or Hatari, do either one of you have Garuda? That'll make this very easy. Kenji, what progenitor would you recommend for the Coup of Ianga? It doesn't really matter on the Ianga because you're only going to use it either in Arcing, where it doesn't matter, or as a heavy weapon, where it mostly doesn't matter. But if you're going to pick any progenitor, I would say Heat, because then you can just apply Electric. You've got Radiation, which is great against both the Eidolons and the Orb Mothers. Yep, okay, cool. So yeah, Hatari's got a Garuda, so this is the way it's going to work then. F-King and I have got Citrine for the passive. Hatari has got the ability to completely dump their health without needing to spawn enemies, and so we can test this perfectly easily.
You are a true hunter. Where would the sanctuary
This should work nicely.
without you?
First Kuva weapon you got was a 59 heat Ianga on accident. Oh, well, nice. It's definitely a pickup, isn't it? Hell, I wouldn't even want to spend the time to take that to 60. That's just good and done at that point. The difference between 59% and 60% bonus is honestly not worth the couple hours it'll take to get there on the Kuva Ianga. It's just not. Aside from completion's sake, but eh. I don't know what percentage I have on my Tenet Envoy, but it's not 60. And y'all see how much that blaps. So just waiting on F-King to load in fully, and then we'll be able to pop on through. Cat herding time? Oh no, it's not cat herding. It'll be fine. We're all regulars here. Cosmo knows the drill, F-King knows the drill, Hatari knows the drill. They'll be fine in Simulacrum. As soon as F-King hits the tick to confirm they have indeed loaded in to the relay. Because I can see them right there. So I just need them to confirm they are definitely loaded in, so we can go to the Simulacrum. That would be great, F-King. Anytime you're ready. Would be great. It is you I'm talking to. Rah. Thank you. Oh, did they even click it? I didn't see them click it. Oh, 4-star don't have the option. Okay, fair enough. D's fault. Once again. bug frame, doing bug frame things. Did I do all my Samaris things? I don't regularly do Samaris scans anymore, no. Fair enough, F-King, it's fine. We got there. Alright, F-King and I need to stack up our passives. Huh, doesn't seem as spammy on someone else. No matter. There we are, I'm at full 25. Soon they'll be stacked. You do need quite a few orbs to max this out. Does it mean this taking a while? Not as fast for you? Why is it not as fast for you? That doesn't make it... What? Just... Slow for the non-host? Maybe. Huh. I did not know that that was different rates for the clients. That's... What? Okay, there we are. Wait, no. No, they're still going. I thought they were done. They moved. This is like... a test of their ping right now. Cosmo is getting it faster than F-King. Huh. That is so weird. Are you fully stacked up now, F-King? It is ping from the moon? Something like that, yeah. Okay, Gruder, if you could double spam that. I mean, yeah, that looks like that's 50 hit points per second right there. That is definitely 50 hit points per second. You can see that on the top right of the screen, how much they're gaining. That is certainly not 25 per second. Alright, yeah. I would say it's stacking. What I'm going to do, to be absolutely certain here, you know what? Let's be fully scientific about it. I'm not going to eyeball this. This is really important. This is really important, so I'm not going to eyeball this. Let's be absolutely certain about this. I'm going to open up this real quickly. It's going to bring up some spoilers for other stuff, so let's hide that out of the way. Yep, we're going to go frame by frame. Now just remember there's going to be some spoiler titles, so I need to hide those ones. Why are you not healing? You may have been AFK timed out. Walk around a bit. Simulacrum bug. Simulacrum do simulacrum things. That's what I'm going to chalk it up to. This program is taking a while to load, and that's probably because I've got Warframe and stream open at once. So give me a moment here, chat. Oh god, yeah, it's slowing down everything. Sorry if the stream quality is suffering as a result. Alright. Let's grab that file. So the others just mess around in the background. We'll just hear that. Slap that into here. Yeah, give us the maximum frame rate on it. Specifically told it not to include the audio. Let's get down towards the end where we saw the healing happening. Alright then. Zoom ourselves right in so we can see this nice and easily. There they drop themselves right the way down. And yeah, here we are definitely at the point of healing. I'm going to watch Cosmo here. We're at 20 frames, so 39 seconds, 20 frames. And at 15 health. Now, if they are healing at 50 health per second, and this is 60 FPS, when we get to 40, 20, they should be at 65 health. 40, 20... Slightly more, in fact. Concerningly more, actually. Yeah, 39.20, they're at 15. 50 should take us to 65. At 40.20, they're at 74. I have wondered if DE time runs slightly faster than real time. Watch Atari instead? Yeah, let's have a look at Atari then. So we're on 40.16 right now, 88. So at 41.16, they should be on 138. And at 41.16, 138. Yeah, that verifies it. They might have some companion healing or something going on there as well, or just something weird on. But the point is, we know for a fact now, it is definitely stacking. It is definitely stacking. Which is good. You can close now, computer. Get rid of that one. Thank you. Right then. The other thing I want to check real quickly, whilst we have got everyone here, F-King, could you please activate your second ability? Oh, I am seeing both on my buff bar. Ah, that's problematic. We're going to have to check that. Okay, let's deactivate these. FK, if you use the console, please. This console, that's how you deactivate it. Or it could just time out. That works. But yeah, for anyone who didn't know, this is how you can turn off your abilities. I'm going to switch to a nice single target weapon for testing purposes. Let me grab... Yeah, let's grab Lex Prime. Switch to a unmodded setup on it. Why do these all have mods on? I don't even use this weapon. I'll just dump everything. There we go. So this is a base 180 damage. That should do the trick. Okay, if everyone could please remove their companions. I need everyone to remove their companions. Because we are going to be turning on friendly fire. Oh, actually, how's this going to work out? How do we cast on each other? Shit. I'm not sure how we can test this. How can we test this? Because if friendly fire is on, I can't choose who's on what team, as it were, so I can't control getting both sets of damage reduction and testing that out. Ah. Okay. You started healing again? That's good, at least. That is good. Although we're down to 5 hit points a second because we've got a simulacrum bug. Bugger. That's also a problem. Is simulacrum big enough to be out of affinity range? Yes. I don't see how that helps us. But it looks like we have got... Hang on. Okay, yeah. The UI is broken, but I can still build this up. So we're going to need to rebuild these. Oh yeah, I'm done. And I can see on my UI as well how high F-Kings is. That's good. But it's still the matter of testing this. Where can we go to test if both Citrine's damage reductions are active at once? Because I think they shouldn't be. But this is Warframe we're talking about. It might. Bombard is slow firing. Would that work for damage reduction testing? It could, but it's making sure we can actually see the results. You have 3 Citrine passives in the UI? Oh, that's no good. Alright, we'll reload the simulacrum first of all then. Something's definitely breaking there, so let's reload the simulacrum. Void radiation laser. Problem is there is that radprocs don't last that long for testing purposes. It'd be a little bit of a pain to try and get that to verify. There we are. We'll reload the simulacrum just to get a nice clean one so it's not so broken anymore. Again, go through adding the health orbs on for F-King. Arcane Incumbent can self-inflict procs. I can't inflict rad procs. What I've heard. And I can give it a quick try, but I don't think we can. Epitaph. Because back when self-damage was a thing, you couldn't inflict self-rad procs there either. I didn't put on the arcane. Encumber. On saves effect. Chance. It's a low chance, but I can try. This might take a while. I don't have a max one, so sod that. Never mind. Definitely some UI bugginess here because my UI is showing a 5 regen and then a nearly 25. I don't know where the 5's coming from because it ain't me. Mine. Actually, wait. Mine's still showing 5. Oh my! The UI is so bad. Don't you need to equip Prime Sure-Footed? I haven't got it on. See, haven't got it on. Oh, this damn UI. Okay, well. Anyway. Let's see. So how can we... Oh, right, because I used this to switch to the Epitaph. God fucking... D+. Plus, please. Come on, don't do this to me. Where's the modding gone? Oh, no, wait, it's the other one I put the modding on. I have to restack this. This should be giving everyone 25 seconds. There we go. Right. Let's think then. What enemy can we spawn in? If we do a ballista. Ballistas do a single heavy shot. That might work. Yeah, the UI works outside the sim because you can't normally change your loadout during a mission. It's just that the simulacrum you can. Alright, this should work, this should work. If everyone else could hide out the way, like right there, just so it doesn't shoot you. I need to be able to see the hit that I actually take. I don't need you out the way entirely, I need you in affinity range still. Thank you. Alright then. Oh, we have friendly fire on this entire... What? No, when did... What? Anyway. Hit me. Hit me. Hit me. Really? You're level 185. Oh, balls, I was looking at it. Damn, that went straight through my shield, so I don't know how much damage that was. I need a lower level one. Let's drop down to level 85. I don't actually know what their damage is, unfortunately. Okay, 85. Hit me! Hit me! You hit my bloody sentinel! Hit me! Oh, come on. Damn it, still one-shot my shields. I'm gonna get more shield hit points. The mod gone? What mod was it? Ah! What mod am I missing? What mod was here? Oh, it was adaptation. Yeah. But okay, wait, oh, actually, I don't want that on right now, so redirection. A lower ranked redirection will do fine. Okay, let me try this again. I'll just wait for my invulnerability to clear as well. Alright, just hit me once, that's all I need. Hit me once and don't break my entire shields. Oh, for crying out loud, they broke my entire shields. How is she so inaccurate and yet does so much damage? Come on. Alright, let's drop down the level again. Let's go to 45. Surely this will be okay. There's no way a level 45 will one-shot 660 health. You hit my frickin' sentinel. That's the ground. I can see the bullet mark. Oh, good. 129 left from 660. Right, shut her up for a moment. Let's make a note of that. 660 to 129. There we go. Okay, this is good, this is good, this is good. So, I'm going to need to have a good enough build that I can constantly maintain high damage reduction here. So, let's use this build over here and testing purposes. Higher. Grab you. Is that enough? 89%, that'll do. Let's grab some duration. Let's grab flow. Yeah, that should be able to maintain it. Because I just want to know roughly where it is at all times. Guessing we're never getting a video on enemy accuracy? Correct. Energy siphon, give us loads of energy, and efficiency for testing purposes. There we go, that should do just fine. I mean, what would you use, Fork? Okay, so this allows me to cast that and get the 89% damage reduction every time I cast it. So, F-King, it would probably be a good idea if you do a similar kind of build. Just get yourself ready for it. That way we can test with high damage reduction, both of us. Just enough that you can be spamming out 89% damage reductions on demand. But don't use it just yet. Alright, Ballista, aim at me. Ignore the others. Just focus on me. Oh shit, it staggers it as well. I forgot about that. Oh, there we go. I didn't see how much health I lost. Okay. Yeah, so that is definitely working correctly with that. So that's good. So as soon as F-King has got their build together, we'll be able to do the test. As soon as they got the build, we'll be able to do it. Vex say, hi, Kenjineer. Been following YouTube. Thanks for all the builds. You're welcome. Welcome into Twitch here. I hope you enjoy your stay just as much. Remember the overshields? Yeah. Because I've got Augur Secrets on, I'm just going to have a good tally as to how much shields I lose. Which is going to be fun, isn't it? What's the ticket thing? Exclamation mark raffle. Just like in the stream title. Check it out. If I start spamming this, I can just get my overshields up to max. I'll still wait. Probably the most annoying way I could generate overshields, but sure. Oh, F-King's ready. Okay, cool, cool. That'll do then. Okay, so I'm going to need you close enough, which should be okay there, to be in range. And just make sure you keep your ability up. Yeah, because we want to have as high as possible. Make it as verifiable as possible. You keep that casting. Where's she gone? I need to stay in range of the defense as well. Come on. Come on, lass. Step around and shoot me. What the frick is this NPC doing? Oh, that hit me, that hit me. Okay, cool. Back record. Alright, we're good, F-King. You can stop the spams now. We got the recording now. Let me once again reopen the video program. Again, I'll go through step by step. We'll figure out exactly how much damage I took, and then we can figure out exactly how much damage reduction I had, and therefore if the two are stacking or not. This is the testing process. This is the testing process. It's a whole thing. Yes, load up. Also, once again, I'm gonna have to switch. Whew. Hit you whilst I was recasting. We'll see that in just a sec, Chorus. Maybe I'm okay, maybe I'm not. If I'm not, we'll have to just recheck. Science is hard work. It is when the devs don't give you the information up front and you can't use any prior precedent because everything's all over the place, yeah. Alright. Let me just grab the file. Here we go. Let's just make sure that is clean up. Yep. Cool. Okay, so let's see if this worked. It was here, wasn't it? Yeah. So we're looking at the buff bar here. Hit points. I have 1 buff on me. 2 buffs on me. And I think it's during that I'm going to get hit. I'm going frame. Come on. Oh no, I recast. Does the cast land? Yep, the cast is active. Oh. The other one's casting. Both are active. Wait, did I go back too far? I might have gone back too far. Oh, here we go. Oh, don't tell. It was between casts. Oh, it was between casts there. Okay, let's have a look then. How much did I take, and is there actually a gap? We're still learning something. Is there actually a gap in the defenses? So we go from 1,083 hit points to 1,028. 1,083 to 1,028. So that is a total damage taken of, was that 55? Whereas this here was a total damage of 531. And our damage reduction at that time, 89% supposedly. Plus shields has its own 20. Oh, no, not plus shields, yeah, so just the 89%. Looks like what we expect there. 531 times 0.11, 58. So it's close enough. So it does look like we're at that point there. So we're going to have to do this again. Because it was in between the cast. That is really unfortunate timing there. That is really unfortunate timing. Not your fault, F-King. We're just going to have to do it again. The NPC was just that bloody annoying. Right. Defense up. F-King, I need you activating it. Thank you. We got to keep on top of it because it drops down so quickly. Did she hit me? I think she just hit me there, didn't she? She's not going to do it again, is she? I'm going to back record that just in case she did hit me. I think she did. Come on, one more, to be certain. Between shots, recast. Come on! Come on! Recasting. Recasting. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay, that was a hit whilst we had both active. So again, back record that. Kill her so she stops shooting. And let's see what happened there. Let's see what happened there. That last one definitely had both acted. There. We lose a grand total of 8 hit points. Interesting. Gruder's cheerleaders, yeah, they really are having some fun over there, aren't they? Look at them go. But yeah, we lost 8 hit points there. So we had a 90% and a 77% damage reduction at that point in time. Very well timed. Only 8 hit points lost. It does seem to be so far, doesn't it? So 531 times 0.1 times 0.23 from the 2 we had. We'll be expecting about 12 damage, so close enough in. Yeah, it seems that the 2 are stacking. It does seem that the 2 are stacking. I wouldn't have expected that. So not only do the passive stack, the active abilities stack. Huh. Thanks for the offer, Plucky, but I don't actually need a Fullman Ribbon. So if you're looking to give it away, I'm sure there's someone else who'll take it off your hands. That's crazy. I couldn't have expected that. I don't know if that's even intended, to be quite honest with you, because that is powerful. That is definitely going to be powerful. Does her 3 stack? Oh, that was one thing I did want to check even before the stream. Let's see about how her 3 operates then. Let's bring in some Exo Gokstad officers. We love these because they're super duper tanky. Okay, if everyone could please grab some weak weapons. I do not want you killing the enemies. Grab some weak weapons. And just quickly switch over to a more normal build. Go. Now, you won't always have 90% damage reduction with 4 Citrines, but they still build off assists as well, so I mean... yeah. It's kind of crazy that that can work out. Time for the Self-Blaster shot. Just basically an unmodded weapon for demonstration purposes. Because what we're going to do is I'm going to cast my 3 over near those enemies, and then we're all going to attack a different enemy first to see if the gem will attack all 4 enemies simultaneously. That's the important bit about not having strong weapons. We don't want to accidentally kill the enemies and take away the gem's ability to target them. So once everyone has got a weapon, we'll stand in the mid when you've got your weapon ready. There's no way they intended these abilities to stack. Surely not. Okay, we're all together. So, Cosmo, you have the one on the left, the far left. F-King, you have the second in. Hatari, you've got the one on the far right, and I'll take the one mid-right. All y'all take your places, please. Masuka aiming no headshots? Yeah, I mean, so long as your weapon's weak enough, a headshot should be fine. Point is that I want you to fire a single shot. No, spam your shots. Spam your shots. When I cast the ability, spam your shots at your given target. Don't kill it, but spam it. Ready? Spam. And yeah, it is targeting all of them simultaneously. Okay, that's good, that's good. Alright, hold off. That'll do, that'll do, that'll do. This is probably going to really wound some of these. That'll do. I know you're bloodthirsty, I know you're Tenno, but science. Okay, so we have 2 Citrines. So then, F-King, if you would kindly do the honours of giving us a second crystal, please. Alright, everyone, fire, fire, fire. Unleash hell on these. And it looks like... I'm not sure if both gems are activating? Interesting. I'm not sure if both gems are being fully active at once. Does it look... Oh, wait. What? Oh. Oh, wait. I see why. F-King, the radius on your gem hurts me. The radius on your gem really hurts me. I can see the radius stops here. So that'll be it a bit there. If you could change up your build with a bigger gem, please. We need you to be covering at least us. You feel like you're in a cult? This is a science group. They can be mistaken for cults, but only by cults. Yeah, we'll redo that test. Osmo? Osmo, what happened to your test subject? I'm noting a distinct lack of test subject right here, Cosmo. Did you eat them? I think you ate them. Let me go get you a new one. There we go. Now be careful. These things aren't free. Wait. I do dislike that part of the spawning, that it changes the number. There we go. Alright then. Yes, 20. Much better than 1. Okie dokie. So, oh my god, what is happening? Are you okay? F-King? We've got nice smooth dancing over here, and then F-King, when they walk around, just becomes this stuttering mess. Oh dear. F-King, if you have the FPS to achieve it, could you please cast your crystal again? I might need to send this one in Morse code. Your crystal, please. Hey, there we are. Morse code works. All right then, shoot your targets. Oh, don't mind me. I'm just gonna knock them over with my arcane. Whoops. This is very interesting. Look at that. Only the one gem is targeting them, but the one gem is targeting all of them. Interesting. Now, look at the bonuses here. I'm giving out 223%. And F-King was giving out a higher bonus. My gem wasn't active. You think it might be just the first gem? Okay, I'll recast my gem. F-King, can you now recast your gem? F-King? I think they might be on a 50-minute delay. There we go, cool. Alright, everyone, engage your targets again, please. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Wow, they don't all just sit there. Oh, now it is my gem. So yeah, it looks like it might be first eligible gem in the area counts. Interesting. Okay. So the one gem can target multiple enemies from multiple attacks. Oh, now it's timed out, so we switch to the other one. Okay, okay. First crystal to cast wins. God, we're learning so much on this. We are learning so much. Right then, let's see. Does the secondary gem buff the damage of the first gem? It seems like one buff is applying. Seems. And you know what? I'm just going to go with that. Right, 2 targets each, see if that matters. What we're going to do now is switch over to AoE. Can everyone please grab themselves a weak AoE weapon? I recommend the Epitaph. Everyone needs themselves a weak AoE weapon. I recommend the Epitaph. Because we don't want to kill the targets again. We just want to slap them around a little bit. I'll leave the arsenal. DE. I'm trying to leave the arsenal. Customer doesn't have the Epitaph. Then grab a unmodded AoE weapon. Epitaph will be ideal, but you can grab another one. Remember we thought Citrine was a nice, simple, straightforward frame? Yeah, it's not that, is it? It's not that at all. Yeah, 2 stacks, but not the 3. The passive also stacks. 1 doesn't matter about stacking. 4, if that stacks, I quit. Quite frankly. Do multiple gems damage get concentrated into a single beam? Well, they weren't coming from the other gems, so no. If the presence of another gem causes the first gem to not only fire 2 beams, but hidden, then I give up. There's no way I can test that. It's far too chaotic with everything going on to try and track that down if that's true. So I'm just going on the fact that we didn't see beams from the second gem, as being the second gem wasn't triggering. I'm just going to have to hope for that. I know I promised you guys mirror defense, but this is far more important right now. I did not expect Citrines to stack like this at all. Well, Citrine doesn't boost status damage, Flowing Thoughts. Citrine's ability, just to remind you there, it boosts your status chance and duration, not your status damage. So that shouldn't do it either. The modded Spore Laser, yeah, that's an AoE weapon. Alright, looks like everyone is ready. So we're just going to need the 1 crystal. So F-King, you do not need to cast yours. I will just cast mine, and then we'll open fire on this group and see how many of them get painted in death. Great prideful death. I'm going to cast it up here for more fun. Go! Well, I mean, isn't that just the most beautiful thing right there? Look at that, go! Oh, it's gorgeous. I love it. So Citrine is Wisp, Oberon, Trinity, and now also Mirage in one go. I love it. D definitely released this frame in the wrong month. Oh, I love it. Alright, that's a good test, guys. That's a good test. So now for the one that might hurt us. Let's wait for everything to stop burning to death. Might take it a moment. Crikey, we did a little bit of work on them, didn't we? F-King? Where'd he go? F-King! Stop lagging out over in the corner. Oh god, that hurts my eyes to look at. How is it getting worse? What have you done to your game? Anyway, F-King, if you somehow have the ability to do so, could you please cast your... Oh wait, I need to switch mine. First of all, I have mine subsumed out, but F-King, I'm going to have you cast your 4th ability. Right as soon as I have mine back. Yeah, this'll do. Oh god, yeah, the lag is getting worse and worse in here. But my simulacrum is lagging. I don't know how that's possible. Yeah, F-King, please cast your 4th ability on them. I'm hoping beyond hope that mine oh god, that looks so bad. Mine doesn't also stack. It doesn't stack. Oh, thank God for that. It doesn't stack. Oh, okay. That's good. That's good. Yeah, because you see I've got orange crystals. Very different from F King's grey crystals. If that is stacked, I would have lost my call entirely. Would it be bad if they stacked? Yes, because I have no way to test the consequences of that. And that would ruin my mind. Does the damage stack? I don't see why it would from the 4th. It doesn't matter. The damage on the 4th is shit anyway, so no one cares about it. If you care about the damage on the 4th, you're not using the frame correctly. Let's put it that way. Okay. I think we've covered pretty much everything about Citrines working together. No, I've got one more. Okay, Cosmo and Harry, you're both on Garudas at the moment. Excellent. Oh. Chill. Okay, my Garudas, if you could please, once I cast my crystal, use your 4th ability to target any group of these. Just your 4th ability. Do not then attack. Just your 4th ability. Just the Garudas. Just your 4th ability, please. Go ahead. Good. As I expected, that is not causing the gem to do stuff. That's good. That's good. Okay, that's all. So we'll let those things time out now. The stage duration... Oh, good, that has stopped nicely. Excellent. I'm going to recast a new crystal, just so it doesn't run out. F-King, could you please use your 1 on these enemies? Please use your 1. Interesting. But if I do it, it targets it. So, different Citrines can't stack their 1 causing the 3 to trigger. Interesting. I'm stuttering? Is it stuttering? Oh, I might... No, everything should be fine my side. It's reporting green. So yeah, it should just be guns from allies that trigger Citrine's crystal. Citrine herself can trigger her crystal with her 1st ability, but other Citrines can't. As you see, mine's targeting away there, but the others didn't. Alright, I think that covers everything now. Does the slash last longer? Oh, good question, Penguin. Good question. Once again, I'm going to call out... Let's see. Cosmo, you've been naughty. You've been eating your test subject, so I'm going to let Hatari have this one. Hatari, could you once again cast your 4th ability, please? Just Hatari. Just once. 1 4th ability cast. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, yeah, that's definitely boosted. That was well longer. Excellent. So yes, if you are a Garuda in the zone here, you do have increased status duration on your 4th ability slashes. So it does affect ability statuses as well as weapon statuses. I've already tested weapon statuses off stream. So that confirms it for your allies. So long as they're in the area, they'll get that benefit as well, even on things like Garuda's 4th. That's incredible. Citrine is a really powerful frame. She's just so damn complex. Oh my god. Do the crystals from Citrine's 4th affect Brooks' wind from his 4th? If they can hit it. I'm going to let you check that particular interaction, Savage, because we could be here for the next 10 years checking every single interaction. But yeah, the crit is not just for her. The crit is for everyone. They can target it. Just to confirm. If you guys want to just double check, shoot those crystals, are you getting red crits? I need to recast because there's a delay here. Shoot the crystals. Are you getting red crits, please? Survey says yes. Alright, cool. There we are. Yup. Excellent. Triple confirmation. All three of them were getting red crits. So yes. As much as I expected is already the case, your allies do indeed benefit from the red crits on the crystals too. One thing I'd like to check, can the auto-target things hit the crystals? The auto-target things. Well, you mean the rainbow gem. Can the rainbow gem hit the oh god. No? I'm going to say no. It didn't do it there at all. I'm going to say no. I mean, like, Atlas is one. I'm not even looking into that. Again, for individual frame-to-frame interactions, you can check that one out yourself. Because we could be here for the next millennium testing all of those different interactions. That is a little bit too niche. The most important bit is that we know that allies can hit the crystals. The crystals do give you crits, so that works out. Allies will only trigger the third ability of Citrine using their weapons, not their abilities, even if they are another Citrine. Citrines can stack both their damage reduction and their passive healing, which means 2 Citrines together at maximum capability will give you 99% damage reduction and 50 hit points per second. That is 5,000 health per second effective! 5,000! Which is a little bit bonkers. And this goes on top of all the other weirdness coming out of Citrine. It's, yeah, it's pretty crazy. Her Subsume reads pretty strong. How is it really? Her Subsume. Is her Subsume her first ability? I can't remember. Is the Subsume the first? I genuinely cannot remember off the top of my head. I've been looking at everything else. Yes, says Raptor. Cool. Okay. Her first ability is strong, yes. Her first ability, it's similar to Varuna. Varuna's one is on melee kill, 50% of health orb, on headshot, 50% of energy orb when it's subsumed onto other frames. For Citrine here, I don't remember what the stats are, but I think it's a base 50% of... Oh, let me check the numbers. I don't even need to go there, I can check here. Yeah, 50% health, 20% energy, but it's just on the enemy dying whilst under the effect. And here's an interesting effect here for you, chat. Let me grab a different weapon real quick. Those of you who paid attention during my Varuna video will recognize the bullshit about to happen here. Yeah, there we are. That's a perfect testing setup. Okay. And I want a sniper. I need a sniper just to verify this for you. Trust me, this setup is interesting. Or important, but the interesting bit. I need some energy. Okay. Okay. Not a nuke, no. Varuna does a nuke. Citrine doesn't have a nuke ability, no. So, if I cast this on an enemy, you see they get these crystals above their head. That says they're primed. If they die whilst they are primed, they will drop the health energy orbs according to the drop rates given on the ability card. Once the status runs out, you'll notice so does the crystal. And if you have Citrine's third up at the same time, the crystal stays longer, because the status stays longer. And this got me thinking, chat. This got me thinking something very, very important. What happens if I keep on putting the status into them? And you'll notice all the others are timed out, but this one is still here. This one still has the effect on them. So if I work on killing them, they just dropped a health orb. So just like with Varuna, if you maintain the slash proc on the first ability, you keep doing slash procs to them so that there's no gap where they have no slash procs, the effect remains. However, the impact proc does not keep it going. If I switch over to the Foreman real quickly, and for that I will need to switch to my testing Foreman. This is why I have one. If I do a quick little swipe there, I'm hitting with the Foreman. It's guaranteed impact, sometimes electric, and they all time out at the same time. But if I do this now, and I'm using the slash of the Akjagara, you see it's maintained it on this enemy here. When I switch to the Foreman, continuous impact procs, and it times out because the slash runs out. Did that Foreman just get a sniper cross it? My simulacrum is lagging. We've done so much BS in here, the simulacrum is actually straining under the weight of the testing we are doing. It is lagging. You'll see it's back to the normal Foreman scope. When I leapt across there, I actually still had the Rubico. Because it took until I was about here. About here is when I got the Foreman. That's how much I'm lagging out the simulacrum testing right now. The simulation is indeed breaking, Cosmo, yes. We've done a lot of BS here. The game doesn't like it. If I'm lagging, I wonder how F-King is doing. Let's have a look at them. Let's see if they're vibrating. How are you doing, F-King? Are you okay? You're striking a pose at the moment. You've got the bunny ears. The animation is nice and smooth to say that F-King has supposedly got around about 2 FPS. F-King? Oh, F-King says they're okay. Maybe we should... Cosmo, it was bad enough when you were eating things, but please do not start scanning them with a laser beam. That's just creepy. We're supposed to be friends here. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Right, what have I not checked on this godforsaken frame? We've checked that the passive, I've checked that the passive heals up Warframes, Companions, Excavators, and Sortie defense operatives, but it doesn't heal static defense objectives and mobile defense objectives. It does heal NPC crew. We've also confirmed that multiple Citrines give you multiple stacks of the same buff. Excuse me. Let's see. For this, we confirmed that dealing additional slash will maintain the effect, and you'll see it above the enemies, but dealing additional impact procs does not maintain the effect. I previously showed that a slash proc from this ability uses the entire ability damage. I don't care about how much of each part of the damage is impact or slash, that doesn't matter to me. Would it heal ally necromex? Oh, that's a good question. God damn it, DE. God damn it, I don't know, we'll find out. We'll find out, we'll come back to that one. Let's see, other weirdness bits in this. Yeah. When Citrine casts this for herself, it will trigger Prismatic Gem, but when another Citrine casts it, or say a Subsume Frame, it does not trigger Prismatic Gem. Wasn't here earlier, so her passive works on things like Necro Summons. I'm going to say yes on the Necro Summons, but I haven't checked, so I don't know. But from the other evidence, I would say yes. We have verified that Preserving Shell stacks, so multiple Citrines will give you multiple instances of the same buff. They overlap and they work together, which means you can get some insane damage reduction. I verified that the UI for it is stupid because it's 3% and 1.5% at base, not 3 and 1%. Does ability damage done using a stat stick extend the effect? Of the Fractured Blast? So long as it's slash proc, it's slash proc. Just any slash proc will keep it going. Any slash proc. So long as the slash is still there, the effect should still be there. Question. Does someone else's slash maintain it? Garudas! I've got good news! You get to use your fourth again. I'm going to cast my one on a group of enemies here, and very shortly after it, I would like you to continuously cast your fourth ability on them, please. Crouch if you understand. Oh, one just left. To get energy. Okay, that seems like an understanding. Yep, there we are. Both of you? Both of you, yes. I want all of the slash procs. If you let the slash procs run out, you lose and are ejected from the simulacrum. Okay, let's do this. Slash them. Ah. I forgot that we had damaged them quite so much. But it seems to be maintaining. So that's good enough for me. That is definitely maintaining. That should have timed out by now. So there we are, yep. Other players slash procs does maintain it as well for you. Very well done, Garudas. Very well done. Okay. So, preserving shell, yeah, gone through all the bits and pieces on that one there. Multiple players can stack it. It only applies to Warframes. I have not seen it apply to any companion that I've tried on. It does not apply to NPC crew. It does not apply to defense objectives. It does not apply to excavators. It only seems to apply to Warframes, which is an interesting one. But hey, it's a thing. The range on these two is affinity range. It is your affinity range, not your ally. So if your ally has an extended affinity range, they don't benefit these for you. Likewise, these have their range tied to affinity range, but only insofar as you can use the Vazarin Focus School Mending Unity to extend it. Any other extension of your affinity range, so that is Phosphors, Open Worlds, and Railjack, does not improve the range of these two. Because why not? Let's see, Prismatic Gem here. Haha, what a wonderful ability this has turned out to be. One gem will be triggering its rainbows at a time, and either you or the enemy has to be in the aura of the Prismatic Gem. Doesn't have to be both of you, doesn't have to be you and the enemy, just one of you needs to be in the area for it to trigger the rainbows. Only the first gem that has been cast will count, so if your allied Citrine casts another one, that one will just sit there looking pretty until yours is done. The status chance and status duration are additive with mods. The damage, it'll trigger 4 instances of damage, 1 for each damage type with a guaranteed proc. The duration of that proc is also modified by the Prismatic Gem bonus. Multiple beams can come out, it's 1 beam per player. So if you've got 4 people shooting their weapons at 4 different enemies, you'll get 4 beams on those 4 different enemies simultaneously. Let's see, what else? Yeah, Citrine's own one can trigger this, but other Citrine's ones can't trigger that. Other abilities don't trigger it at all. Can she proc all Archon mods? She can kill with cold damage technically on Prismatic Gem, but that's not really going to happen. She can trigger the electric one. She can trigger the toxin one for corrosive. She can trigger the can she trigger healing? Does her? There's no way her passive triggers. No, I don't. No way. No way, Jose. Does that work? No. Hey, Garuda, could you kindly lose some health, please? If you don't mind. Cool, that's wonderful, thank you. And yep, I'm not gaining any benefit for supposedly healing them, so no. Not happening. But yeah, you can double dip the heat, you can proc corrosive, you can get the energy regen on the other bits and pieces. In fact, looking at the core build I've been going for so far, it seems to be working towards goodness. I could do then... I'd need to form this again to put that in, but I could do that up over there. The rest of the build I've not been using the others that would matter. I've not been using even flow or any bits like that, but yeah. You go for the continuity one. I think that covers the Prismatic Gem stuff. Yeah, that covers the Prismatic Gem stuff. As I say, the status duration is additive, so if you've got status duration bonuses elsewhere, say your Lavos, they'll stack together additively, not multiplicatively. And then, fourth ability is not Tharos Strike. Believe it or not, the fourth ability on Citrine is in fact not Tharos Strike. However, it is a very nice ability to have on Citrine, in my opinion. Fourth ability actually being crystallized here, verified that it is a hemisphere, so it's a 180-degree wide cone, but also not quite a cone, it's a hemisphere at that point. It needs line of sight, which also Fracture Blast needs line of sight. Prismatic Gem does not need line of sight, fun fact. With Crystallize, the crits, it's an override, it sets your crit chance to 300%. There is a bug adding more damage on for certain weapon categories. I've reported it to DE already. Multiple Citrines cannot stack their crystals of each other. The damage is pitiful, you don't need to care about the damage. It's all about the crit bonus and the crowd control. honestly, I don't find it that big of a deal. The Crystallize ability is actually the weakest in the entire kit. Despite the fact that it's 300% crit chance. It's still the weakest in the entire kit. Genuinely. Because if you got a crit weapon, you can just aim for the head, rather than aim for a crystal that's going to be in a different location each time. And if you've got a non-crit weapon, you probably don't actually need to be turning on the crits. I suppose, you know, it can still be a benefit to you. It's just, you could probably get away with doing other stuff instead. Like armor stripping or defense stripping. Hence why Tharos Strike is there. Patch, cheers. What with stuff like Kiva Nucor, which gets an insane multiplier but poor chance? Oh yeah, you can get some where it can go crazy. So if you've got a low crit weapon where you're happy to aim for those crystals, then yeah, you're golden. That'll give you an absolute jam of a bonus. But that is niche. That's the Nucor for you. Most low crit weapons are also low crit damage weapons. The Nucor is an outlier in that. Because, like, let's see, Boltor here, for example. I know it's an early game weapon, but still, for an example, 1.8 times multiplier on that 10% crit chance. It's terrible. The Fenmore, 2 times crit multiplier. So at a red crit, you're at 4 times damage. Cool. Hey, 4 times damage. Yay. You still get a 3 times damage bonus just by aiming for the head in the first place. Not to mention that the encounter weapons don't actually care about crits. If King is twitching again, we'll ignore him then. Yeah, if you've got no crits on your weapon and it's better than 1.6 times. Yeah, if you've got no crits on your weapon and it's, say, 2 times or higher, going for the crystals is better. But if you're already critting, go for the headshot. It's a slow to cast ability, a high cost, low duration. I just overall not rate it all that highly. Oh, the lag spread to you. Oh yeah, it's getting worse and worse, isn't it, down here? We should probably get out of here. We should probably get out of that one. Would it be worth keeping Helmet out if it was adding crit chance? I mean, if it added 300% on, wow, that would be mad. That could be pretty cool. If it was crit damage, it could be pretty cool. If the crystals are always in the same space, that'd be pretty cool. Or if it's just, hey, if you hit these targets anywhere, it works. But it seems to me that the ability is designed in such a way that it can't scale into anything absurd. Yeah, it's red crits. And those of you who go, oh my god, yeah, crits, then sure, enjoy yourselves, whatever. But if you're the kind of person who is going to be targeting these spots in the first place, it's not really that much of a benefit. You could just be going for the head. The exceptions, as I say, there are weapons like the Foreman which can't get the headshot benefits, so for them, going for the red crits is actually better off anyway. And then weapons like the Nucor, which can absolutely rocket up the damage. Most of the time, it's probably not worth it. Probably not worth it. When you can consider that, as I say, on the build I've been testing with so far, I use Tharos Strike, strip armor, strip shields, the enemy is fucked. Like, that does a lot more work than getting a little bit more crits. It's just shutting down the enemy's defenses entirely. That does a lot of work, you know? That does a lot of work. Alright. We definitely don't have time to go into another mirror defense. We're not going to be running for another 25 minutes. I just realized that Eddie asked for some EDM earlier. I'm going to cancel that request and send it back to you. Send the spanners back because we're not going to... Well, let's switch music right the final hour. That would just be insulting. Whoa, missed here from Zom. Wants to join in. Yeah, we just never got around to that. Sorry. We did one run of it, and then we did more Citrine testing because Citrine is really complicated. She's simple, but she's complicated. If you just go around going, hey, damage reduction, put this somewhere and stop thinking about it, and then just slap these at people, fine, you're good. You're golden. But if you want to know what's actually happening under the hood, a lot of things are happening under the hood. That's the secret. She's simple until she isn't. Yeah, much like a crystal. You see a simple shiny crystal in a shop, you look at it at first, oh wow, isn't that cute? And then you have a look as to how it actually all comes together. And you start noticing the little inclusions and details and grains, and you're like, how is there so much going on in here? It's just a shiny rock. That's Citrine. That is Citrine. Casting speed still makes you sad? Oh yeah. Citrine is a nightmare for casting speed. I have got a Amber Archon Shard on, and I've got Natural Talent on, and I still feel at times she is a little bit slow. Citrine's 4 is a definition of red crit bait. It's up there, yeah. There are weapons that can benefit from it, and I'm going to make that clear in the video I put out. But if you are already using a crit weapon, it's actually mostly a bad idea. Mostly a bad idea. So just verify again, for anyone who's missed out on the mathematics behind that, by the way. Normal crit can be whatever, multiplier. And that's, your arsenal will show a value to you, but normal crit actually only gives you a bonus of whatever it is, -1 on top of your normal damage. So say that the arsenal you had a 5x. Normal crit is 5x. Orange crit, I don't know why I capitalized that, that's stupid. Orange crit would be a 9x. Red crit, whatever. Red crit would be a 13x. So you might be thinking, well, if I'm going from normal crit normally and red crit from the crystals, that's a lot more damage. Why would I not do that, Mr. Kengineer? That just seems like a good idea to me. But
Using this to say, Corn needs bad luck protection.
Ronald, I agree. Absolutely. Thank you very much for resubscribing. Now up onto 3 months with your Prime. Thank you very much, my dude. Really do appreciate that. Yeah, this is a normal progression. If you got yellow crit, orange crit, red crit, and if you got a 5 times multiplier, you go 5 times, 9 times, 13 times. You'll be like, well, obviously I want 13 times. That's better than 5 times. But if you're going to aim for the crystals, you can aim for a headshot. Here's what happens on a headshot. First of all, you get 3 times damage. And if any of you think, oh, but Ken, AoE weapons don't get a headshot, AoE weapons can't hit the crystals, so that doesn't even happen. So already your 5 times is actually 15 times damage. That's a 15 times crit with headshot bonus. Or is it? Because it's not actually that much. When you hit a headshot with a critical hit, certain enemies, most Grenier, will also double your crit bonus. So instead of it being a 5 times, I believe it makes it a... Yeah, I think it makes it a 10 times crit. And then you get the 3 times headshot bonus, so it's actually 30 times damage. So I can't remember if it'll give you double after it's calculated or double just the bonus. No, I think it's actually just a bonus, so it would be 9 times 3, I think. No, it's 10 times 3, yeah. It's 10 times 3. Point is, 30 times damage is well better than 13 times damage, and even 15 times damage is better than 13 times damage, and that's you always aiming for the head rather than trying to figure out where's the next crystal I need to aim at. Some enemies will take the 15 times, some of them will take the 30 times, because some of them have a resistance to this headshot crit bonus thing. It's weird. I don't know if they even talk about this anywhere in game to explain that this is a thing. But the fact of the matter is that if you're already critting all the time, even with a high crit damage bonus, the red crit isn't worth it when you can just go for the head. Thanos told you all along. If you're collecting all the gems, if you're fighting the prismatic bad guys, go for the head. Pretty simple, really. So you have tiny heads, which are hard to hit, and crystals will be larger. There is that side to it. Yes, the crystals will be larger, and you do freeze the enemies in place. Although, counterpoint, you freeze the enemies in place, you can now hit the heads anyway. Crystals seem to have 2 parts, one not giving the bonus. The crystals are weird. There's bugs. I've reported the bugs on that side. The crystals are larger, yes. However, the heads are in a consistent position. And if you can't aim, you're probably not using single target weaponry, in which case you won't get the crystal bonus anyway. Because AoE weapons don't seem to hit the crystals for some reason. Balancing or just coding, I don't know, but they don't seem to hit it. I haven't seen one do so yet. Plus the hitbox is a little bit broken still, but that's a bug. That'll get fixed. Point is, if someone's going to take the time to aim at the crystals, which are appearing in different locations on different enemies, you just aim for the headshot. 9 times out of 10. So the ability has its use cases. Again, don't get me wrong, it's got its use cases, but those use cases are niche, niche, niche. And at that point, rather than caring about a niche, I can just strip all the armor and shields off something. Hey, job done. The enemy's dead. Whilst the other Citrine is too busy going through the long-ass casting animation, I already just killed them all. I mean, there you go. Job's a good one. Job's a good one. Crystals will be worth against multi-corpus enemies. Against some of them, Fork. Against some of them, because you got to remember, the corpus with the helmets, they don't take the critical headshot bonus, which takes this from 15 to 30, but they still take the headshot bonus for the corpus crewman, so it's still 15 times versus 13 times in this case here. You need to stop with the bloody parazon. And this is only comparing with a yellow crit. If you have more than 100% crit chance, then you're getting comparatively lower and lower bonuses from the crystals. The more chance you have above 100. If you have less than 100 crit chance, then the crystals are going to matter more and more, because you'll be dealing more and more 1x damages. No crit. So the crystals are better the worse your crit is, to the point that the best weapons for Citrine's crystals are the ones which don't crit in the first place. Which is really weird, but it's a thing. Did the crit damage bonus get upped to triple? Did they stay to double? They stayed to double, Tom. Tested that the other day, they stayed to double. Is Citrine fun? Citrine is fun, yes. She's a powerhouse of a support frame, but also plenty active, that you're not just playing Trinity pressing 4 all the time. Citrine is an active support frame. I do like that. I do feel that 4th ability, it's not got enough for me to care, quite frankly. And as far as crowd control goes, aside from, staggering enemies and staggering them here as well, and staggering with this, and we've got 3 staggers on this. 4 if you count the fire proc from that. But on Citrine, I've also gone to using Arcane Eruption here. On energy pickup, guaranteed chance to knock down nearby enemies, and it's a decent radius on it. It is a decent radius on that, and guess what? Whilst on a lot of frames you wouldn't normally care about that, this is pouring out energy orbs like there's no tomorrow. So every time you kill an enemy, you cast this again, you now have used some energy, you pick up an energy orb, all the other enemies, they're on the backs. It's brilliant. So even the crowd control loss from the 4 is compensated for entirely. Is Citrus a keeper or not? Absolutely. She is one of your 5 a day, Gatoroyu. She is one of your 5 a day. Go ahead and have that. And then the other 4 are Lavos. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th ability. Boom. That's your 5 a day right there. Citrine, Lavos, job done. I've solved Warframe. You can go home now. Actually, almost all of you are probably home now. So in which case, you should probably do ! Ticket if you've not done so already. I think it's about time we do a Platinum giveaway, chat. I think it's about time we do the Platinum giveaway. If you have not yet grabbed yourself a ticket, ! Ticket in the chat, give yourself a chance to win it. We need a fruit-themed frame? Fruit-themed frame. God, say that quickly when you're not paying attention. That's a tough one right there. Fruit-themed frame. Yikes. Did not think that one would get my mouth so much, but it did. Didn't realise how far Lavos tilts his head up with his default animation. Yeah. And what do I have? I've got Harrow Noble on him. Whereas, let's see, Lavos Noble is right the way down there. Lavos Agile. What is it? It just Okay, that's a thing. But yeah, I go for the Harrow Noble. I like it on him. I like it on a lot of frames. It works. Citrine looks sick. Thank you. Citrine is a interesting one to color. She can be colored quite nicely because she's got these lovely metallics on her. With the legs, anything other than black seems to not go too well. Like, you can go for proper black or partial black. The others just look a bit dirty. She's got this, on her legs you can see, what's it called? This patterning, this mottling of dirt all over it. It's just, eh. So I'm happy to stick with the greys. And then the titanium white approach actually reminds me of my Rocket League cars. So I'm quite happy with that there. Like any new arcanes, not had enough time to really look into those as yet. Sorry, ridiculous. I'll get around to them at some point. Alright, I think that's enough time for everyone to have grabbed themselves tickets if they're already going to do so. If you missed out on the chance to grab a ticket, tough, I literally just told you to do it. So either you weren't listening or you just arrived, which means, out of those of you who did pay attention and grab a ticket, it's about time we find out who's the winner of today's Platinum giveaway. The winner of that one is indeed going to be Longshot Frame. But it wasn't a long shot today, a Longshot Frame. Congratulations, you are indeed the winner of the Platinum giveaway here today. The GG's coming out from the chat there. Absolutely wonderful. So Longshot Frame, I'll be sending you a message here on Twitch in just a few minutes. Get hold of your Warframe username platform. We'll get that sent on over to you, my dude. Grab yourself wherever you're grabbing Warframe slots, weapon slots, whatever you want to do with it. It's yours to do with as you see fit to improve your account. But on that note, chat, you know what happens now. It's the same every time. It's always a bit disheartening when we have to do it. But we are at that point. Flying Thoughts saying before you go, Ken. I mean, Flying Thoughts, you've had 3 hours to say anything about that line. Because we are going to have to wrap it up now. But I don't want any one of you going anywhere just yet. We are going to be raiding over to another part of the Warframe community. Flo saying, may I send you the Garuda fashion got inspired to make by stream? Pop it over into the Discord. Pop it into the fashion frame section. Show everyone it there. That'd be great. Because then people can grab a look at it even after this moment right now. So yeah, pop it over on the Discord, Flo. But for now, let's see. Who are we going to raid today? Who can we raid today? Who should we want to raid today? Think about that. What do we do? Oh yeah, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Okay, Twitch is slowly loading up. There we are. And once again, let's remind Twitch I only speak English. Let's see. I don't recognize that as a VTuber. I don't know who VTuber is. We got Kodoma. So we go Kodoma, Roadblock, Neoness. Oh, there's a bunch of names I recognize here today. There's Laddie. We got quite a pick here, chat. You know what? I'm going to pick Kodoma. Kodoma's actually real nice to go to. I really do like raiding on over to Kodoma. They seem to be pretty darn wholesome every time we go there. That's what I like to see. So we're going to raid Kodoma. Chat, thank you very much for joining in today. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed as well. So Ronald, Sega Goof, to Durzak, Airsoft Sniper, Gorilla with a Glock, and Unholy Moondog. A whole bunch of support today. You guys are absolutely awesome. Thank you very much for joining in. And I will see you on Friday, the follow-up stream. Until then, have a good one. Bye-bye.